Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's the Toy Duo team.
I feel the need for speed.
Toys, manly toys. There you are, Dean. Wait, there you are.
Toys.
And TV and movies too.
I think Eric
Hey,
gets the most screen time on that, doesn't he?
Yeah. Everybody, welcome back to
I feel like we high five.
What?
Should
Oh,
high
the
five.
other,
I think you're the wrong way.
the other side.
Other way, Dan.
Oh, you and
Other
Gary.
side,
You and
Dan.
Gary.
I'm high fiving Dan.
Oh, you're high fiving Dan? Yeah, there
Alright.
you go.
All right. And the two. Well, I should put the three beards together.
Boy, girl, boy, girl.
All right. Anyways,
Person's
everybody,
in.
welcome to the Toy Duo team. We're going to be talking about action figures, pop culture, movies, TVs, all kinds of stuff. We got a new topic that we're going to cover tonight or today or whatever time you're watching the show. We got Wicked Dino here. He was just we just had to cut them off because they were talking about Wicked, because apparently in Canada they do not have musicals or anything, because Rick has never heard of Wicked. It's either that or he is just completely uncultured. So we got Rick from Left Coast Graphics. We got Dan who's saying Gary rocks. And we got Gary Skrill's here today with us.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. You're filling in for a few people who are lost in a hurricane right now.
Oh, we'll hope they're all right. We talked to Super John, and we know he's okay. Him and Chris.
He's posting all kinds of stuff on like Instagram and Twitter about
Hanging out with Mickey Mouse.
Oh, with Mickey Mouse. I didn't see any Mickey Mouse pictures.
No.
He's
I don't even
kinda
think I've
shy.
seen a picture with
He's
him
probably
in it.
too shy.
Yeah,
Yeah, him and
All
Chris are at Disney, Florida now.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. All right, so let's say hi to some people in the chat. We got Gap After Dark. He was here waiting for everybody.
He was
to
there early.
join.
Yeah.
Jonathan Redmond has jumped in there. Let's see. We got Prophet. He's saying hello. It's a beautiful day in Toy Borhood. Oh, yeah. We should change the theme song, huh? Won't you be my neighbor?
A beautiful day in the
Um,
Borhood.
Oh, look. Jonathan saying, now that we have Gary, can we boot Dino?
Oh, who said that?
Look,
Jonathan, what the heck?
I've
That
already,
is great.
I've already taken at least one of his co-hosting jobs. I don't want any
Oh.
more trouble.
Has
Oh,
Gary
I
been
know.
officially
I know.
vernified yet, though?
Not yet. No.
Okay, so it's
Um,
not officially official yet.
Yeah, so we got Brian Myers here. He's joining us. Ricardo is in the chat. You got Dandy. Well, he's pulling double duties, but he's changed his name just for the show so he can hide his identity while he's in the chat. Jumpy McClunky's here saying hello to everybody. Mr.
Jumpy?
B is saying hello.
Always
And
present to be.
and I'm sure more people will jump in, but make sure you jump in, be a part of the conversation, make your comments. We'll put some of them up. We'll ignore some of them, of course. And don't worry, they will be up for more than 0.7 seconds.
3 second
And-
rule.
What?
3 second rule.
Yeah,
Kinda
we'll do this
dropping
3
an Oreo
seconds.
cookie.
3 seconds. All
You know,
right.
I actually have
Sound
to.
of- sound of the
Sometimes
dead.
when I'm quiet, it's because I'm counting. I'm counting to 5 because I want to make sure I leave them up there at least 5 seconds.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
All right. Let's see. So we got to have this. We got to put this up now. I don't know. We've been told by our department that we need to tell you that the opinions expressed by the host on this live stream do not reflect the opinions, values, beliefs of Vern Rance or Oakhurst Studios, and the host may or may not share opinions with each other. And that action figures mentioned in this stream are not meant to be real. Any similarities to any real person is purely coincidental.
Wow. That's all the legalese
We're
out
gonna
of
have
the
to
way.
put that up last week. You know that, eh?
I did put it up, but I did not read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Kind of official, I guess.
like Jonathan, since when does Vern keep a comment up that long? I don't, Jonathan. Luckily, when Dan is here, he takes care of putting chat comments up. So it's one of those things that if I do it, it's not going to be 3 seconds. All right. What's been going on with you guys? Oh, hold on. I got to do something really quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, thanks for coming.
Gary, what's new?
Yes.
What is new in the toy world for Gary? I've just received this Spider-Man Far From Home hot toy last week. It's spinning around behind me. I think we'll probably talk about this later on, but pre-orders, I've got a ton of stuff to talk about as far as pre-orders go. I did the Baltimore Comic-Con last week and put that video up and was able to find my Val Kilmer McFarlane figure. So that completed that run for me. So yeah, the hunts go on. I'm just having fun still doing the channel and hanging with you fellas.
What are you searching for now?
I don't really have a current goal in mind. Something will pop up, I'm sure. I was looking for those the online NECA stuff. We know how I did there. I didn't get any of those. So
Yeah,
I was late to the party each day, so I don't have to pick a new target. So
Nice.
so to speak.
Nice.
No
I managed to get them on Friday. I managed to get on at 12 o'clock and picked up 2 of the glow in the dark Ben Cooper figures.
You did.
You
Yeah,
did.
I messaged you. I let you know because
Oh, okay.
I know you were heartbroken when I said that I needed one, and you were like,
Nope,
"Oh,
nope.
come on."
Nope,
Are they
no,
supposed to be in stores too, or is it just an
No.
online?
Well,
I think it's
New York
online and
Comic
at the
Con.
convention. Yeah,
Yeah, they're New York exclusives. Yeah. Next week, right? That's next week.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, what I want to do is I shared Gary's link to his YouTube channel in the comments.
thanks.
If you guys aren't subscribed, please click on that, head over there, and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. So
welcome.
I moved some stuff around because I don't like to hear complaining. So what we'll do is we'll start off with bragging camp this week. So this is the bragging you did not know you needed. Does anybody have anything that they want to brag about?
Oh,
Rick.
they went right to D. What a shocker.
That's not Rick. This is Rick. It's very possible that I got Hammerhead.
Woo,
Oh,
nice.
sweet.
Wow.
There you go.
Today will be a day long remembered.
Nice.
My collection is almost 100% complete now with the Black Series Momo and Adon,
That one's
otherwise
cool.
known as Hammerhead. So yeah, this is glorious. And guess how many Canadian loonies this cost me?
60.
500.
Well, it was $50, $49.95
Okay.
at GameStop Canada. And then I went in there and they're like, "Oh, you have $50 credit from a Mandalorian helmet you pre-ordered in 2021."
What?
And I'm like, "Sure, okay." So this cost me negative $3.11.
They gave you $3 back?
Wow.
No,
so
I have
that's $3
$3. I have $3 credit.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah, man,
glorious
really
day. Finally got the
Beautiful.
Black Series Hammerhead. So all that's
That's
missing
cool.
is the pipeline vintage collection Hammerhead,
Oh, Jumpy got his today too. That's cool.
the rumored by me only retro collection Hammerhead, which I bet you is announced
They didn't
at
pipeline.
New York City
did they?
Comic Con.
They didn't
Oh, look at-
pipeline Hammerhead for vintage, did they?
Are those
Yep.
the 3 cups? Are those
Look
the
at
3
those,
cups?
look at those cups, man. Those cups. I don't
Those
even
are-
need to anything
Hey, is my
else.
mic on?
Yes,
No.
we can hear you fine.
Did they pipeline the vintage collection Hammerhead? I didn't think they did.
I believe so. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think that
Yeah.
is fall. That is fake news.
You're
Actually,
arguing with the wrong person.
actually,
Yes,
that's true.
they did pipeline Hammerhead.
So Rick, you got that today?
Yeah, I went and picked it up because they called me
Okay,
and said,
so
"We got your pre-order, and
September
Mr.
28th.
Rick, sir."
A day that will live in infamy.
Exactly.
All right, good.
Mhm.
All right.
Finally.
All right, Dan, what do you got?
Brian
Besides
scored
that-
a good deal.
Besides that
Besides my-
cocktail. Oh,
Aside from I have nothing, man. It was
What?
it
Don't you have
was a
Ollie's?
pretty lame week for me. I did go to Ollie's, but I didn't get anything. I got some food.
At Ollie's?
That's
Yeah,
I,
food at
I got,
Ollie's?
yeah, doesn't your Ollie's have food? We have
I didn't
like,
know. I thought they only sold toys at Ollie's.
They have
That's all I
snacks
ever
and
see.
Some canned goods and yeah.
all right, so
I got,
jerky.
actually, I haven't figured out where I'm gonna put them yet, but I got a little remote control LED light.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, they were at Ollie's. They were like one of those 3-pack. It's like a remote control, 2 LED lights. It's only $5. The only bad thing is the light takes 3 AAAs, the controller 2 AAAs, and there's 2 lights. So I'm out
Oh,
8.
God.
Don't they
Yeah,
come with batteries?
So
no,
the batteries cost more than the lights.
pretty much.
If you go to
yeah.
Lowe's, you can buy that set and it comes with all the batteries.
But was it? It was five. It was only $5.
You're not paying
Yeah,
all these
it's
right
$30
now.
for like
Right.
6.
How much were the batteries, Dan?
So I got one of those cheap multi-packs a while back.
Did you
I
pay
don't
more than $25 for batteries?
What's that?
Did you pay more than $25 for batteries?
No.
Okay, so it's a better deal than Lowe's. All
Vern
right,
has
so anyway,
coupons for all
Yeah,
your
but
batteries.
Lowe's comes with 6 lights.
all right,
Oh well, you got me there.
all right. Somebody's
Have
phone
you-
going off.
Are they that
Yeah,
bright?
Rick really wants to show off that hammerhead again.
Yeah.
I'm giving him the
Are you
Geek
gonna
Strong pose.
paint? Are you gonna
All
paint a
right.
blue?
No, because I guarantee you they'll release some.
Show
know,
the
retro
Spider-Man.
All right, Gary, what do you got that you want to show off? And keep it in mind that this is not necessarily what you got; it's what you want to brag about this week.
Oh well, I mean, it's one of the latest Hot Toy to the collection, so I'll show them off. This is the Far From Home advanced suit Spider-Man. It's got a really cool Tom Holland head sculpt, and I've just got him in this little kind of casual web slinging pose, keeping the uniform.
That's pretty cool. Did
Together.
it come with the yellow jacket?
No,
To
that's
put
a
over?
different one.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a different one. Yeah. This one came with the Tom Holland head sculpt. It's got the little one of the little drones, the little Mysterio drones that comes on a translucent pole, so you can pose them with that. The Tony Stark glasses, a couple of little small accessories, but it's cool. I like that. I've got a couple coming in this week, new Hot Toys that we can talk about, I guess, later on. I can brag about those maybe in a future installment if I'm invited back. So stay tuned.
Somebody
Depending on
needs a
how today goes.
battery. Somebody
Yeah.
needs a battery.
This is a trial run
It is. So far,
Alright.
you're doing okay.
so far. All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Brian says he needs a battery caddy, and I recommend the battery daddy to
Oh,
hold
thanks.
all of the batteries that you need.
You're running
It's
low on
very
double A's, Vern.
versatile. It comes with this really cool battery tester so that you could test your batteries to see if you want to
I
keep
have the
them
same
around.
one.
All these different compartments and stuff like that.
I think I
Yeah, I'm
asked
running
this
low
before.
on
Vern.
triple A's. I got to get some more triples. These are
Nice.
lithium on this side, and these ones are the alkaline
That's
ones.
double
but-
A's, isn't it?
Yeah, double A's.
Those
Will
are
they
double A's. that
contaminate each
backpack.
other if they touch?
No, it's fine. All right. Did you
So
have
I'm
anything else,
running
Gary?
I asked you this before, Vern. Is that battery
No,
charged?
no, I'm
Just
good.
the
Actually, for
battery?
bragging, I'm good. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. What?
It's a tester.
What was that?
Does the tester take a battery?
No, you got to put the battery in. Oh, here, let me show you.
Does
No,
it
I mean,
require a battery?
Is it battery
No,
operated?
no.
Okay.
No.
'Cause I've
Well,
seen both.
okay,
It
okay.
tests the
Let me
current.
answer the question.
Yeah.
Yes, it's battery operated, but you don't put a battery inside of this thing at all.
Yeah.
The battery
exactly.
goes here, and the power of the battery uses it. So it's powered by the battery you're testing.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Gary. I,
Oh, is it?
that
That's
was
cool.
bugging me.
Welcome to Tech Talk.
So it's powered by the battery that it's testing, which is
So if the battery's dead, it won't work.
right.
Cool.
Because I can see that being like a problem, right? Like, oh, it's testing, it's a good battery, but then if it's got its own power, then how are you really checking? The little clip came off. Anyways, the battery daddy. I should buy a bunch of them and like put my logo on them. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I guess that is it for.
That's it.
I couldn't do it.
Mm.
I was gonna do that. Was it for bragging?
Yeah.
So I have a few pickups, and I also have a.
Sure, you do.
I have a points of articulation craft that I've been working on. If we have time later on, I can show it if guys are
Why don't
interested.
you
It's,
try the craft now? It's
is there
bragging
enough
work.
people in? You don't want to
Tino
see
did his
toys?
homework.
All right.
He's bragging.
Show the
This
craft,
is
and then
what
you
live
can
for.
show your new stuff.
All right.
I mean,
Let me show
we
you.
only have an hour and a half, but keep that in mind.
Let me show you something here.
Oh, you don't have it with you. It's on. It's
No,
on.
I do, but you have to. So I'm sharing you an image right here.
Okay, there's a duck.
So this is
Oh.
the zombie duck from A Nightmare Before Christmas, and as
Oh,
I
okay.
said, if you watch one of my videos, I am doing a theme of A Nightmare Before Christmas in the front yard. And
Yes.
this item here is like one of my daughter's favorite items, and they don't really sell this. They sell like ornaments and stuff like that, but not a full size. So I decided to make one for a surprise for her. So this is
Oh,
going to be the
that's cool.
first time showing it. You guys
Okay,
want to
cool.
see it?
Yeah, is it not going to be a surprise? She's not watching the show then?
He doesn't watch this stuff. All right, give me a second.
All right, you're out of here.
All over the internet.
And I'm the one auditioning.
Good radio.
I still have to screw it on. So here's
right.
the base.
Okay. That is a 1875 skateboard.
So this is all made out of wood, painted, and
Wait. You know how you were talking about fake news earlier? All right. So I saw some metal screws, some plastic wheels on there. So that thing cannot be all made out of wood.
Right. Look at those brackets.
All right. Yeah, the little axles.
here's the duck.
Jeez.
Oh, that is cool.
Nice.
Well, that's actually pretty good. What are the teeth made out of?
It's all foam. This is like packing material when you get something. Like the beak is made out of foam. The head
That's
is made out of
awesome,
that,
Dino.
the foam, and the rest is made out of wood. And I painted it up.
Oh man.
Very
Points
good.
of
Very good.
articulation right there, baby.
I got to
That's
give you
pretty
credit.
cool.
Yeah.
Dino did his homework.
That's a big
That's
duck.
nice.
And then
You
this
did.
will get
It's a
glued
gold
and
star.
screwed to the top
Oh,
like
that
that.
is so awesome.
So does that roll too?
Yeah. So it does roll. I have an eye hook or an eye screw to go in the front here, and I'll tie a string to it so it's a pull toy.
See how
That's
everything
cool.
gets
So
made
when's the
into a
big
toy.
reveal?
I'm gonna when she comes back home for the weekend. She lives in
Okay.
Boston, so is it technically when she comes home? Because she's already at her house in Boston.
That's very nice.
From Mr.
That's
B.
Like
quite
when
Yeah.
she comes over to decorate for Halloween in hopefully a week or two, I'll show her this.
Those teeth line up really
Super
well.
fun, man.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, those teeth had to be hard.
The
Now,
teeth.
do we all have to make lawn ornaments now for next week's homework?
Yes. Yes, that'll be the new challenge. Go ahead, Dean. What else did you,
Thank you.
want to brag about?
Is
Oh,
there going to be a
job.
craft segment going forward?
Mr.
No.
B sent me a package. Rick
Yeah.
picked up the ornament and check that out.
Nice.
There it is.
how
It's
cool
pretty
is that?
cool, right, Dino?
Yeah.
He
With
was
sound.
asking about that.
I'm
just
pretty
a
sure in
minute
the same episode I said I wanted one too, but I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was at my Hallmark store Thursday, and they still have one there for
Wow.
17 Canadian.
Oh, that's outrageous.
I was hoping to find that Darth Vader minifigure early, but no luck. I gotta wait a couple weeks.
All right.
Also, I'm on a Tales from the Crypt kick,
Yeah, you are.
so I got a Crypt Keeper.
Oh, that's a different one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. So it's
that
battery
light up?
operated.
Yeah.
This is vintage. Yeah, this all lights up, but I don't have any AAA's.
Took them all.
So
Well, I have some right here in my battery
Brent's
daddy.
got a whole
that
paper one. Yeah. Look,
yeah,
Brent's got
let me
like
hand it to
94
you.
of
Yeah,
them.
can you put some in?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So he laughs and he shakes around.
What's it sound like?
You know that
That's the guy from TikTok. Yeah, it is.
I finally found. I'm not a AEW fan,
What are you doing
but
with
I
a
do
wrestling
like
figure?
I do like Ethan Page, the toy hunter. So I found Ethan Page.
Okay, that's why. Yeah.
So I have Dan Housing and Ethan Page from AEW because they were
That's how it starts,
they
Dean.
have a YouTube channel where they hunt for toys. $25 at Walmart right now.
Walmart.
25.
They discounted them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
Oh,
cool.
well.
Wait,
pretty cool.
25's a discounted price?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are
That
I've been
man.
shopping at Ross too long. Gee whiz.
Yeah, you have.
yeah, and then this was $35. This is the black and white version.
Oh,
So
that's
I
cool.
wasn't sure if I wanted the Wolfman as colored or black and white. I kind of like the colored version better than the black
much
and
was
white, but this one comes with the hunchback also.
That was
How much
what
was
50 when it was retail, right, Dean?
I think
Wasn't
it was 60 actually.
Was it 60? Wow.
I
Say it had
think.
to be at least 30 a figure, right?
That was
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
also?
No, this
35.
was 35.
Oh, okay. That's a good deal for two
Still
figures.
is, yeah.
That's a good looking box.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Yeah, and that could jump to 37 this year. Was it beginning of the year?
So I got to ask
yeah,
a
right.
question unrelated to any of the things that you've shown. There's a
it.
spaceship down on your right-hand side behind you. Is that the one that has the accelerometer where it makes the sounds, and as you move the ship up and down, it makes different kinds of
Yeah.
flight sounds.
Oh, this one? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah, I had that as a
Starbird.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They're loud.
Yeah, I used to love that thing.
Yeah, I owned one back in the day too. I don't know what happened to it. Doesn't the front come off?
I guess you need
Yeah.
batteries for that too.
There's
All right.
still people are still looking for those. I've picked up
Esports
3 or
has that.
4 over the years and sold them off. No problem. They're pretty good memories, toy memories.
Yes. All right. That's pretty cool. That's a lot
That's
of stuff. So okay, that's the show, everybody. Dean took
All
the
right.
entire time
Work on your duck.
Bye.
bragging about his stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so what we've been doing here is we've been traveling through the 80s and through our 80s episodes. And this week is the episode for 1983 because we're in episode 83. So I put together a little bit of a history lesson for 1983. What is your guys' most memorable memory from 1983?
Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
I got married. And then Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And then while watching Return of the Jedi.
Is that
Yeah.
that what everybody would say is like their memory from 1983 is just Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, I left the reception early to go see Return of the Jedi.
I think that's the first movie that I ever like rode my bicycle to the theater that was further from my house, the Merced Theater. That's the one that I rode my bike with my friend and we watched the matinee that day on opening day. That was the first time I ever rode my bicycle to a movie.
Not sure if it was 83 or 84, but that's when I went to Disneyland for my first.
Oh yeah,
and only
probably
time.
right around that time, 83, 84.
And
Right?
the A-Team show at Universal Studios,
Yeah.
and they were still
Disneyland in
filming Back to the
California?
Future.
Right. What? California.
Yeah, California. Is that
Yeah.
land?
Yeah, it's land. Yeah.
Yeah.
World is Florida. Yep.
That's pretty cool. All right, so I got these pictures, and the final episode of MASH aired
MASH.
in February of 1983.
Really?
Who watched the final episode of MASH?
My dad's favorite show, so I did see
Yeah.
it with him. Yeah.
I never
I for
got
sure
into
remember it. The signs are my biggest memory.
Yeah, that was I
Where
love
pointing
that
to all the
sign.
different cities and places.
That picture of the satellite there is because in March, Ronald Reagan had his Star Wars defense
Yeah.
plan, the Strategic
Mhm.
Defense Initiative, which today has still never been made. In April of that same year, the Disney Channel is initiated on American cable TV, and that was their logo.
Oh wow.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. And let's see, in September
Is
on
that Paul Stanley?
MTV, Kiss appeared for the first time without makeup.
It
I
is.
remember that. That was a big deal.
Was
Yeah.
it really?
Yes,
1983?
1983.
Yeah.
Kiss Unmasked. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that like I don't really remember when it happened, but yeah, it was 1983.
I remember
was-
seeing a magazine without their makeup, and it was kind of like I don't know.
Who
I
are
felt
these
like
guys?
Kiss kind of jumped the shark when that happened. I mean, I still like Kiss, but I kind of feel that at that moment people were like, put your makeup back on.
I think that they were probably
They did.
hoping that they could like come out of their makeup and then still be Kiss, but just not have to get all dressed up. But that's not what people
Yeah.
liked.
People didn't like that, and I think when they put the makeup back on is when they all did those individual solo albums. It was after this.
Yeah, they did that too. I remember
Yep.
their movies. Like I always remember
Yeah.
on TV was them
Phantom of the
going to
Paradise.
an amusement park and
Yeah.
fighting off the bad guys with like guitar licks and like rock.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
terrible.
I don't think I'd ever rewatch it, but I'll always remember it.
Blacked Out Ewoks is saying he watched the last episode of MASH. They're talking about passing. When I was 6 in 1983, you could have still watched MASH. Anyways, also in December of that year, December 31st, this is why it catches 1983, the first Apple Macintosh television advertisement was released. So that happened in 1983. And then even though Michael Jackson's Thriller album came out before this, Michael Jackson's Thriller video
Oh, the video. Yeah.
was broadcast for the first time in December of 1983.
Directed by John Landis.
And it's
Yep.
like
I wonder if
15, 20 minutes long, isn't it?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now I would have thought that was past. I would have thought that was older or younger than that.
Yeah, I remember going over to my friend's house because he had MTV, and he called me. He goes, "Hey, they're announcing they're going to show Thriller around 5:30." You know, because they were telling people, "Hey, we're going to show this at 5:30. We're going to show this at 8 again, or something like that."
Well,
And
at
like,
one point they played it for like 12 hours straight. They just kept
Yeah.
playing it back to back to back. Yeah.
and I remember going to his house with my VHS so I could record it.
Oh yeah, I used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
My buddies used to give me a hard time about it because we'd be out, hanging out at night, 7 o'clock, and I'm like, I got to get home by 8 o'clock. I got to record on HBO A Nightmare on Elm Street on VHS.
Yeah.
Or something, you know what I mean?
So when you recorded a movie on TV with your VHS, did you try to pause when the commercials came on?
You know something? The funny thing is,
Until you forgot.
The
Yeah.
very first
Yeah.
time I recorded a movie on VHS, I was real young, but it was the Muppet movie.
Uh-huh.
And I remember recording it, and I was like, okay, everybody's got to be quiet. I'm recording this. So and then I got so upset that somebody talked while I was recording, and I'm like, oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, and you thought it was going to record the voices?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
funny.
hilarious.
But
So I had
speaking
a
of Kiss,
trick.
Put a
solo,
member on your member.
I have a Kiss solo if anyone's interested in checking that out.
I had a trick
8-track?
for recording out the
Yeah.
commercials. So I would stop the recording. I would watch the video, and then I would rewind. I would watch until the commercial break started because you already seen how the last scene in the
Mhm.
movie before the commercials. I would push pause, and then I would push the play and record button at the same time, and it would like switch to play and record, but be paused.
Oh, okay.
And then you could get out like the little 5 seconds of commercials.
Man,
when
you were
missed
editing
them.
already
Yeah,
even
yeah.
back then.
It
I
would do
remember
a lot of work.
trying
now.
to do that, but then there's that one time you forgot to unpause
Right,
it,
right.
and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then our VCR used to only pause for like 3 minutes or something like that. And then it would just turn off. So if you had a
Just right.
pause and the commercial break was that long one, in the middle of the movie or the middle of the show where they do that like 5-minute break. Yeah. All right.
None
So
of you guys were beta users, were you?
my friend had a beta. I did
No.
not have one.
We didn't have beta.
All right. So these are some of the movies from 1983 that are notable. The Lone Wolf McQuade was probably the one that everybody remembers the most.
Of course. Yeah.
Rick
DC
probably has fond memories of seeing DC Cap in the theater multiple times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, I remember all these basically just watching on HBO. I never went to the theaters to see any of this. I don't even know if I saw Jedi in theater.
I saw everyone except DC Cab in the theater.
I saw all of them in the theater.
I must have seen Jedi in the theater, but
That War Games, I remember going to see that, and like when I walked out, I was like, I didn't really like that movie, but later,
I love
I appreciated it more.
I had ColecoVision, and I had the game War Games, which I played that all the time. It was great.
Right.
Who was the kid in that movie? Is it Ferris Bueller kid or
Matthew
someone else?
Broderick,
Broderick,
Ali
okay.
Sheedy, yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool movie at the time.
Does anybody remember seeing this Blue Thunder movie?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't, I don't remember that.
Yeah. What was that about?
It's a helicopter, right?
Yeah, the new state-of-the-art helicopter.
Oh
He
yeah.
was-
Is that the one where they played Follow the Leader?
Yeah, follow my lead.
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what it is. You just
Like
playing.
Airwolf.
He knows.
I think you have don't you have the plane, the helicopter?
I might.
Yeah,
I might.
I think
might
I
need
have it. I have
Yeah.
2 of them.
Yeah.
2 beat
Ooh,
up ones.
wow.
But I think I saw Blue Thunder at the drive-in theater.
Nice.
Kroll was fun too. I mean, that was a 3D, right, in the theater.
I
If I
don't know.
remember right.
Was it?
I don't
feel
think
like
I
it
saw it
was-
in 3D. Yeah.
I don't
I
think it was
think-
3D.
I
think
think
you're-
that Kroll was a 3D movie because I think didn't
No.
they do a lot of the things where they were throwing the thing
No,
at
Crow
the
was
screen?
definitely not a 3D movie.
Gratuitous, deliberate close shots.
Yeah, was Kroll the one like where the commercial was like Adventures in a Forbidden Zone? That one.
No.
That's what I remember the trailer because that was 3D, whatever that was. And I
No,
feel
that
like
I have that movie that you're talking about.
I don't know what that is. Galaxy.
that
What was the
movie.
one with the ships? What's he talking
I'm
about?
gonna look. Because I should have looked this up ahead of time.
Give me a second. I'll show you the movie you're talking about, Vern. I can't think of it offhand, but I have it over
Robert Vaughn was in it. He played one of the he played like the assassin guy and the pilot in the one little ship.
Liam
Battle
Neeson
Beyond the
was in it.
Stars. Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Battle Beyond the Stars, I think.
Maybe. For some reason, why do I feel like this was Grawl Adventures in a? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this wasn't. I don't know. I can't look it up and do this at the same time.
He's going to come back and go Battle Beyond the Stars and take all the credit.
All right, Beastmaster is better than Crawl. Yeah, but didn't come out in 1983. I don't
It's
think.
80.
But
it
it came out 82 because Crawl's like a knockoff kind of.
I
didn't
then we
love
missed
Crawl.
it last year.
Crawl was not great.
Yeah. Then we missed. If Beastmaster's already come out, then we missed talking about it. But you know what the cool thing is? Once we get to 1984, that's the year that Back to the Future came out. We can go back in time.
You can always edit that.
Good point.
I'm surprised they never
Beastmaster
made
like
Crawl
on-
toys.
Like a
Yeah,
plastic throwing
Beastmaster was
killer
1980.
blade.
Yeah.
The figures, because when did
Was it Liam
Clash
Neeson
of the
in that?
Titans come out?
Yes, he was. What?
He wasn't. Yeah.
What?
Well,
When
they
did Clash
never
of the
made.
Titans come out?
I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah, they didn't even make. Did they make Beastmaster figures?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah.
It
See,
just
so
seems like
This was on TV like every day. I remember growing up.
yeah. All right, never say
Mark
never
Singer
again.
and
All right.
Tracy, 1982. So it's last week, Beastmaster.
Yeah, we should have talked about it last week.
Oh,
Darn it.
man.
Missed an opportunity.
Roy Scheider was in there.
And Tanya Roberts.
Yeah. Both under.
All right,
famous-
so here are some action figure lines that came out in 1983. The first picture there is the advanced Dungeons and Dragons figures that were released by TSR. That bottom picture there is the Black Star figures from Galoob. Now that Black Star came out a few years earlier, but the figures came out in 1983. And then on the
I have
right
a
side of
couple
the
of them.
screen, on the right side of the screen, does anybody know what those are?
That is
Some
Avatar
Cheerios?
figures.
No. What are they?
Avatar.
Any guesses? Any guesses from the chat?
No.
Did anybody have any of these figures? I'll give you a hint.
I
They were
did. I had
made,
the blue guy.
made by Revell.
Ooh.
Have to blow it up and look. No, they
It's
look
not
familiar, but I
Star
don't know.
Wars, but it's Star Lords, something,
Ooh,
something,
Rick
something,
is
something
super
Star
close.
Lord,
Something Lord, right?
Insectoids or something like that, or what was
Star
it?
Warriors, Star. Damn. But this is like the
Star
last year I played with toys.
I don't think we know.
It is
Power
Power Lords.
Lords.
Power Lords. Yeah, by Revell.
Power Lord. Oh wow.
Power Lords. Yeah, you
Good
had half
drawing,
of it right. If we were playing,
Oh,
name it.
I got all of it right. What part did I get wrong? The power or the lords?
Well, you said Power Lords after I said Power Lords. You just
I
just
didn't
came in as my echo.
hear you say anything. I'm
You
sorry.
kept saying something Lords, but then I said Power
Mr.
Lords, and
Brent.
you were like Power Lords. I got it.
I did have a couple of D&D figures.
Did you?
War Duke and the little dwarf guy, Elfhorn.
Nice.
These are the ones that that they were making those 7-inch ones based on these original sculpts. That the problem with this line, when I was reading about it, was they released these toys and then Dungeons and Dragons cartoon came out and they changed all the characters. They didn't really use any of these characters.
Yeah, no, they were not affiliated in any way.
Yeah, so the popularity of these just kind of went away because, everybody wanted the cartoons.
They were popular
Alright.
with like the He-Man kind of collectors,
Yeah.
like people that liked, men in loincloths and
Right.
shirtless, muscular bodies,
Right.
So Jonathan had a couple of them. Yeah, the blue
Jonathan
guys with
had
the,
them.
yeah, with the
He's
brown
got
heads.
Blue guys,
I know,
yeah.
right?
Blue guys in the black.
Because I think they were like
I think those are the
almost
coolest
6
looking ones.
inches, like 5 or 6 inches. Very articulated for like a plastic model maker company, right? Revell, you said?
Yeah, Revell. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Just kind of interesting that they did that. Anyway, so that is a little trip down history lane, and that is 1983. I'm surprised
year.
Dino doesn't have any of those toys in his basement there.
I do.
And
I have
you
Brave
Not
Star.
one.
I have
Not once
I
did
have-
Dean say,
right there.
"Hey, you want me to show you?"
Dungeons and
And then
Dragons.
he did not jump up and run back there to pick up
Well,
any of those
well,
figures. I'm
I
very
pulled out a
disappointed.
couple things you wouldn't let me show. So why do I have
Oh,
to
boy.
keep going? Look,
Uh-oh.
I broke a
I
sweat. We're talking
I
about
showed-
piss.
Rick, you see Prophet's question.
I
Talking about
showed
the
them.
movie that you were talking about right there.
No, I did
Yeah,
not.
I highlighted that.
I'm
If
out
I
of here.
saw them at a toy show for
Right.
$30 or less, or
Oh.
something, I'd probably pick them
Oh.
up. They're pretty
Look,
cool.
now you've done it.
Dean doesn't support this stream.
No, there you go.
I need a picture on that thumbnail.
All right.
With-
Anyways, this is the TV and movie news you didn't know you needed.
Oh, how'd you miss the 18, Vern?
What? I don't know
18?
how I missed the A team. Wasn't that 1984?
That's what JT says. I think he's right, man. I'm looking at IMDb and it's credited as 83.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
then I missed the A team. But the episode's
You can
not
add
over,
it in
so we
now.
can still talk about the A team.
Now, are you going to talk about the Thunderbolts in that poster?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
something
so-
I have to-
So before we do that, Rick's been like trying to do a Deadpool stream, and I haven't seen it because
We all forgot about it by now.
right, but it's going to be available on digital on October 1st, so I'll probably see it on
Isn't that like
October
Monday?
2nd.
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. No, it's
Tuesday?
like Wednesday,
Monday,
or something.
Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah,
So
a great movie, and it's hard to believe Vern hasn't seen. Like, I think it's the top grossing movie ever now, isn't it? Like,
No, I think it got bumped recently, but anyways, Gary, what did you want to talk about the Thunderbolts?
The poster. I noticed
What about-
this. Marvel put it on Marvel.com. That's Sentry down on the bottom left, like to the left of.
Yes, right here,
Look at-
cowering
look
under
at
the
his
gun.
hand. Look at his
What?
hand. Six
Oh,
fingers on that hand.
the artist debunked that. He showed an uncropped version of it, and it's 5 fingers. It just looks like it's 6.
Look at it. It's 6.
It
I
just looks
think
like
isn't
it
it
because
just
it's
like-
cropped.
If okay,
Like,
you can blow it up.
It was. He did post an uncropped pic and zoomed in, and it was quite obvious that there is only 5 fingers because people are trying to say, "Oh, Disney's using AI."
I heard that too. Yeah, and I was like, well, I just thought it was maybe he had him. I don't know. What Sentry's problem is. What's his name? Bob is his real name, I think, in the movie. But yeah, it definitely looks like 6 fingers on that hand.
No, wait.
And it's a poster that's kind of copying several posters in the past, right? Like
Right.
Sons of Anarchy did it, and
This is
Yeah.
exactly the Sons of Anarchy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like
Anyways,
the
did
poster.
you guys watch the trailer?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so everybody saw it, so we don't need to see it, or do we need
Kind
to
of
see
really
it?
hoping
haven't seen
Hulk's in it. Red Hulk.
You can show it for the people, sure. Why not?
I don't think
Because
you
I think
can.
Red
man. You won't
Hulk is
get
part of that
copyright.
too, isn't he?
What?
You got to shut
Am
the
I
Red
gonna
audio.
get-
Hulk part of-
You think
Part of
it'll
that
be
group?
copyrighted? I don't think if we like show in a screen like this and we talk over it, right?
No, you
Yeah.
totally.
Maybe.
We can turn the volume down a little.
Yeah,
what I
just
want to figure out
turn
is
the
how
volume down, I
Winter
think you
Soldier is a
could.
member of Congress in this movie. How the hell does that happen? After all he's
There's
done and stuff, how is he a member of Congress?
Who's a member? Oh,
Winter Soldier,
this-
he's got the congressional pin on, and they've said that he's a member of Congress in the movie. I'm like, well, how does that happen?
well, I think if Ross is like the president, right? He can like appoint him somehow to be like
I
a
guess,
cabinet
unless he
member or
got-
something,
Yeah, he was absolved of all his other stuff. I mean, but
right?
this is cool.
And then he gets elected. I mean, but
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays,
well,
I mean,
we're not going there, but yeah, I get you. Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
They're all so dark. All their costumes are so much darker than their original characters' portrayals.
And you didn't. I guess we didn't catch it, but that knife that he had every
So-
single Thunderbolt in the room had it in their hand at one point. Like threw it to one that caught it, threw it to another one, they blocked it. And that knife
So-
made the round.
my question about the super soldier serum is that he took it. Did he take a weaker batch? Because when he was trying to stab her, she doesn't have the super soldier serum, but she was able to hold his arm back, and he's supposed
Yeah.
to be super, super strong.
He
So,
is.
I mean, like,
It wasn't it like
So-
the mixed batch from that was Captain America, right?
so he had a watered down version.
Yeah, it was like one of the trial batches or something. So he's still
Yeah,
got
that's
augmented strength and agility, but not on the level of Cap.
okay.
But still, she should have probably been able to block it like that. But whatever.
That's the best part right there. The arm in the dishwasher.
in the dishwasher. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So
Well,
this
what's her
part gets
name?
me a little bit because when he hooks this like car and then he pulls it, shouldn't that car have just pulled him off of the ground?
Yeah, I think it's trick editing to make it
Because I mean, does he have like
to make it
spikes
think
in his
something
shoes
else.
or something?
Yeah. And it looks like they're in Avengers Tower here.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
that
it does.
Valerie is the she's obviously pulling the strings, but so I don't know if they've taken over Avengers Tower. They still haven't told you what the asterisk
Bulletproof.
at the end of Thunderbolts either. It's like there's another part of the title that they're not sharing yet.
could be. So
He's by far my favorite character in this
Who, Bucky?
group. No, the Russian comrade guy, like
oh, the
I just-
Guardian,
I
the
just
Red
love it.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Red Guardian. I just love his accent and his portrayal of that character. I think it's brilliant. Best work I think that actor's done.
Right. So I mean, do you think like after seeing that trailer that movie could be like a comeback for the MCU? Do you think that's good enough to be like one of their box office money draws, basically? Because that's what they're
Their
looking for.
only box office.
Yeah, but does it seem like enough to get people back in the theater? Who here is going to go
It
to
won't
the
make
theater to
it
see
won't
that?
make Deadpool money.
I'll go see it right away. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely go
I
see it.
will too.
Yeah.
Try to get it in the theater.
Rick will see
I
it
didn't
right
even
away.
imagine what
Not the
popcorn
theater.
buckets are going to be.
Yeah, Rick's gonna stream it on his Roku stick.
I don't have that crap.
So in the chat, I'm curious how many people are super interested in going to see the Thunderbolts and how many people will go see it like opening weekend, or how many people will just kind of wait it out.
I think I'll wait it out. I'll probably see it when it comes out.
What if
I
they have
think
a
when it
bucket?
comes to Marvel and Star Wars and these really modern pop culture things that we all love and stuff, I gotta see it pretty quickly, or some weirdo is gonna spoil it on Twitter or YouTube. Like, it just
Well,
takes
I mean,
putting like a picture of dead Superman in a thumbnail, or something that makes you like, are you kidding me? Like, all you had to do is wait 3 hours or wait 20, wait a couple days till people get the chance to see the movie. So that's why I tend to see these things pretty quick. Like,
so you don't like spoilers at all?
I love spoilers, but not when only if I go look for them.
Oh, okay.
You
So
know what
my
I mean?
problem is I don't really care what people try to
Yeah.
spoil because
I don't
to me
either.
it doesn't take away from the bigger aspect of like a film, because there's always something about seeing it as opposed to
No, there's
just hearing
there's a-
about
If
there's
you saw,
a toy channel on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook. He's a big one. A lot of people follow him. So 2 nights before the latest Ghostbusters movie came out, so I'm about to spoil something in it. It's 3 years later, I think. He posted a picture of the ghost of Eon, like just in Instagram, and I'm like, oh yay! The movie comes out like in 3 days, and you
Yeah,
got a
but
spoiler.
that's not a big deal.
That's a
Didn't
huge
the action figure
spoiler
come out
for,
before the
no. That's,
for something that's not put into commercials or marketing or.
I
Yeah,
think
well-
a big spoiler is if somebody tells you that Darth Vader is Luke's father.
That's almost the same thing.
No,
It's
it's
a
not
dead
even.
actor that they brought
It's not
back.
the same
and it-
level. Yeah.
Yeah, not in the same level. I don't think either.
I feel
Well,
like
but I know what
they
you're
may
saying,
have
Rick.
spoiled
And-
that Ghostbusters thing with the action figure anyways.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the action figure
right.
came out later.
It did.
Yeah,
I
but
think
not
the
much
action figure
later.
came out a little bit after the movie came out, but still around the same time.
I just use that as an example. Like
But even if you knew that, did it take away from you watching that scene? I mean, that was real.
100%.
Touching when Egon's helping out.
100%.
It didn't.
If I
Yeah.
didn't know that, I probably would have shed tears.
Well, you try to spoil some stuff on this Deadpool and Wolverine for Vern.
Oh, he already did. I mean, he came
Yeah.
right out before
The numbers,
before it was
they were-
even in
They
theaters and
were
was telling
all
me
left coast
like
theory.
he went.
There's no Kathleen Kennedy and John Favreau. Don't
But
DM me.
he went and scoured every single trailer and then started
Yeah.
like ruining it for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
something
probably
about-
why I completely lost interest in it. So I guess maybe I don't like spoilers.
Look what happened to JT.
Yeah.
Rick, I hope you're happy.
Rick just blew it, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
see, Rick, come on.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, here's what's coming up on streaming tonight. We got the season premiere of Saturday Night Live 50. Come on.
Season
Yeah,
50.
it's
Who's the host?
And, yeah.
New cast members they get.
Yep. And then you got this on Apple TV Plus. You got this movie called Wolves. It's the reuniting of Brad Pitt and George Clooney, and it's two guys that haven't ever been in any movie that I thought was actually really good.
You know what's funny on YouTube? I think
Right.
it's still up right now. there's like a 24-hour stream, on Apple Plus's YouTube channel of them two just driving in a car from this movie. So they're driving, they're looking at each other.
I want to
Vern, you didn't like the Ocean's 11 or
they're making
12?
phone calls, but it's like a 24-hour clip looping of just them in a car, not even speaking dialogue, or it's weird, man. Weird marketing, but I mean, it's marketing.
Who's in the car?
Those
Clooney
two actors,
Oh yeah,
Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
So it's interesting to me because, I mean, like with Brad Pitt, right? Like, is he on the verge of like cancellation in a way? Like,
Cancel the most handsome men on the planet. It's not. It will never happen.
You don't think so?
What?
Unless they did like some PDF file stuff. Like you can't.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I think he's on the verge. Anyways, that's
I don't think he cares. Even if he was, I'm sure he's
topic
got
for
a couple of bucks in the bank and he'll be okay.
Yeah, he could, and
yeah. Well,
both of them still look like they're 42 years old or something, right? And
no,
I'm sure Clooney's got to be in his 60s, and Clooney.
they look like they're in their late 50s.
Brad Pitt too, close to 60. Yeah.
I look like I'm in my 30s. Both of those guys
absolutely.
look like they're 60.
Vern does look younger than.
Are we getting a World War Z sequel? Isn't Pitt doing that? Didn't I hear that was going to happen?
I think he got fired. I think he got fired from that.
I would watch that.
Why is he getting fired from stuff?
Just messing around. Who knows? You're gonna have to like type that into Google.
Vern's just dumping kerosene on stuff.
Vern's just trying to cancel Brad Pitt, so he's
I just want him to reach out to me and tell me so I can say, "Did you not see the disclaimer at the beginning of the show?"
Right.
Weren't you paying attention?
It was very clear.
I would like a World War Z Part 2.
I would too. Very much so. Yeah.
Same with, like, because you were talking about canceling him. Same with Johnny Depp. Like, people tried to cancel Johnny Depp. Like, again, the top three most
you're right. They tried to cancel him.
gorgeous men on the planet.
Tell me what
he's not
been
canceled.
What has he been in the last 5 years?
The stupid
Got
cologne commercial.
Got stuff out right
Oh
now. I
wait,
think
he
he's
was
got
in
two
his
movies out right now.
documentary. He was in a documentary where he went to court.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He wasn't canceled. He got his own TV special. All right. Anyways, here's the toy conversation that you didn't know you needed. This is the topic of the week. This is something new that we're going to try and see just how off the rails we can get. This week, we're going to talk about why do pre-orders sell out?
Why do they sell out?
I think Rick has been complaining about this for years.
Because of FOMO, fear of missing out. That's all it is.
Answer, though.
That's all it is.
Okay. All right. I thought about this during the week. I just want to kind of say, I think it's kind of interesting because I feel like what's happened is they say, we made this figure, we sent it to factory, and we're going to produce 1,000. Mm-hmm. And then they put those 1,000 up for pre-order, and then the 1,000 sell out. And instead of changing the pre-order date immediately and then putting in another batch for like another 1,000, they just say sold out, and they let it be sold out. And I think that is a way for them to drive up people's fear of missing out, so that when they do launch a second wave of pre-orders, more people jump in to that second wave.
I missed the last one, so I'm guilty of that. For sure. I'm guilty of it. I was part of the Hono Studios. Had the Tiger Stripe Wolverine, and initially I had that on pre-order with Sideshow, so I was paying for it, and I had it paid off, but it hadn't come out yet. Then they announced the brown suit Wolverine, limited to 750 pieces, and I'm like, oh crap! So I checked in from work at 1:00, whatever the time was, to get a chance, and I was like 1,000th in line, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it. It was only 750, but it kept dropping down. And then it said, you're next, and I was able to procure one. And then I canceled the yellow suited one because I really want the brown. But it made an instant collectible out of it. Now there's going to be 750 of those out there. I'm not going to resell it, but for the people that down the road that want to sell that figure, it's going to, the value is going to triple for them. So,
but you would have purchased it if there was even like 10,000 or 30,000.
Oh yeah, I wanted the figure. I would, if it was, sure, they were giving them away, I would have said, I'll take one. But it is that fear of not being able to get it, though. That's the whole, for me anyway, that's the whole thing, because they don't always go back. And then, case in point, the '89 Batman from Hot Toys that came out 12 years ago. they just did the 2.0, which I have. I sold my original one, and I was like, all right, well, I want a Keaton Batman, so I pulled the trigger on that thing, and here he is. And now everybody's complaining about that. The suit texture, the faceplate doesn't, the likeness isn't good. It's this and that. I love it. So it's just, but I didn't want to miss it, And then they just announced a Batman Returns. Just got solicited, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that one, but it's they create that, that fever, and then like I said, people just don't want to miss. And
well, this question is directed at Gary because you're more of the hot toy guy, buying from Sideshow and whatnot.
Yep.
So what hot toys I find is different than like toy companies like that, Mattel and Hasbro and whatnot. Right. You pre-order an item and then several months later it ships and whatnot.
Sometimes a year.
They do pre-sell out, right? At Hot Toys.
They do.
But they also have something available that's like, get on the wait list.
Right.
So you can get on the wait list. Mm-hmm. And I think almost 100% of the time, people go on those wait lists, and like a year and a half later, more become available. Like they produce more, and you're able to pre-order that figure again.
I don't know for the fact that it's more produced, or people that canceled their pre-orders, and then it makes more available. And I think that's what they do. I don't.
So have you ever gone on a wait list and then later actually got the item?
No, I've never actually been told that it was available.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that either.
Yeah, I've been on a bunch of wait lists for stuff, but never
got
an email saying,
for your, as a toy maker, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah,
because even if they're not a customer already, they potential future customer.
Sure, they got you
added to your mass email mailouts that you do weekly, and all these companies do. But I just thought that was different compared to, like, if we go on Hasbro's website and that Darth Maul and speeder sold out, there's not a thing to like tell me when it's available again, or
don't think that's on the wait list.
Hold on, and it would be smart if they did.
That was a bad example.
All right, hold on. Let me. This is the reason why I started thinking about it. Okay, so do you remember when the Star Wars Rabbit came out, and it was kind of hard to find, and now you see pictures where like these ollies, they're just loaded up with them for like $9.99.
Saw that today.
Where did they come from?
The same thing happened with this Tracksuit Mafia guy, right? So when I made this custom $6 million man, I used my Tracksuit Mafia figure. And when I went to go look for him, you could not get another Tracksuit Mafia guy for under $50. So there was no way I was buying another one, period.
That's weird. Because I kept seeing those in the stores back in the day when I was toy hunting all the time. I'd find one or two. Yeah,
it was a Target exclusive or something like that. They sold out of them. They had some of them on Pulse. Then they sold out of them. They were just gone. But if you watch people's Twitters and stuff like that, they're at Ollie's now for like $9.99. So where did this stock come from, and why couldn't they have just had more available? You know what I mean? They drove up the price of this figure on the aftermarket.
Right.
In almost all cases, the toys at those outlet stores come from big box retailers and online resellers, because that is what their business is. Their business is buying overstock from big stores. But sometimes they do get them direct from the manufacturer. I think once a year they have an opportunity to shop, so to speak. They fill up pallets, much like we see Amazon things, and they don't really know what they're getting. They're like, here, for this much money, we're going to give you 3 truckloads worth of, modern toys and action figures for your holiday blowout sale or whatever you do. So that happens, I think, once a year from the big toy manufacturers, which is like
the question.
Maybe Dan, go ahead.
I'm hoping you guys can shed some light on this, but what I want to know is why, and I'm using the example of Dial Tone because I've got both pages up here. Dial Tone is sold out on Hasbro Pulse for the pre-order, but I can get it on Big Bad Toy Store. Why does that happen all the time?
I think it's because Big Bad Toy Store is allotted a certain number, and Hasbro said we're going to produce like 1,000, and then 500 of them were allotted for Big Bad, so they have so many. For sale.
You were saying like they were making an order from the manufacturer, right? So Hasbro is saying, I'm going to make these.
This is the whole thing. I don't understand it either, Dan. This is this is part of it. Because Prophet's saying that the Tracksuit Mafia guys also ended up at Big Bad Toy Store. That is true. Big Bad Toy Store recently came up and they had them available. So I don't know if they finally got their allotment and then everybody else said, this second shipment came in and it was like, well, nobody really wants these. So then they just discounted them to a discount store. It's just like, there was a market for them. People were looking for them. And to not even have, because that Tracksuit Mafia guy just was not even available for like another pre-order. Well, obviously they were producing them. So it's, to me, I don't know what's going on with the supply chain or what's going on with the ordering and stuff like that. I just think it's just bizarre that you can have stuff like what we had after San Diego Comic-Con, where figures that were readily available here in the States, you could not get overseas, like in the UK, but the guys that immediately sold out here, they were just available at Pulse UK, like the Cobra Commander, right? It just seemed bizarre that like they were able to get more, but the U.S. market couldn't get any more.
They're available at GameStops here in Canada too, because we tend to get those at convention Hasbro toys at our GameStops, which I saw this morning, like the Darth Maul speeder, and a couple weeks ago I saw the Cobra Commander. But the pre-order thing, so yeah, Hasbro does sell these toys to Big Bad Toy Store. So a Big Bad Toy Store, or they actually order them. They pay and they order the product at the wholesale price. And let's say they order 1,000 of these cases of G.I. Joe figures or whatever the toy is. They put them up for pre-sale. When they pre-sell out, that means they don't, let's say they sold 900 of them. They keep some aside for damaging or in case people's shit gets lost in the mail. They really do, pre-sell out, because to not keep selling stuff, you're doing business wrong. But when it's Hasbro doing it, when Hasbro sells out, because they have to sell these to all of the big box retailers first. That's their customer. Their customer is Target and Walmart and Amazon and all these, not all these, and
unless they're
Toy Store and Entertainment. Right? That's Hasbro's customers first. Then it's us. Then they put some product aside for consumers, but that's not their business, is to sell directly to consumers. It kind of hurts Big Bad Toy Store. Like, say Big Bad Toy Store sells out of that newest G.I. Joe guy Dan's talking about, but Hasbro still has thousands in their warehouse. Why would Big Bad Toy Store buy from them anymore if they're going to undercut them, so to speak? So that's why that happens. Like, Hasbro will always, unless it's exclusive to them, they always should be selling less or make less available than their partners. And when the fan channel is a partner, right?
Do you think that they should do like with that Sentinel figure, right? Like I'm just going to use the Sentinels for example, because they sold out of those. They did have an initial order, then they put them up for again, but now they had them for pre-order that were going to come in like January or whatever. So obviously they went back to their factory and said, let's make some more. So they did second batch. That's what the pre-orders are. But like, I mean, don't you think they could just arbitrarily do that like every time a pre-order sells out? Or do you think that they don't do it because they want to gauge the interest to see if they're going to put in another order? That's kind of like my thinking.
I think they would use both for their own, marketing purposes. Like if they get several emails from people like us, like, hey, are you making more of those G.I. Joe Cobra Commanders? Like, so they'll notice it. If they get no emails, no one complains about it on social media, then they're not going to, make it again. But if there's lots of people making videos or social media posts, I wish they'd make more of this and more of that, I'm sure they learn from previous mistakes.
So
sometimes.
So Jonathan's saying, think about it. Why would Hasbro sell to Ollie's super cheap when they could just do a big sell on Hasbro Pulse? Now they do have their outlet, but I also wanted to point out that Hasbro Pulse has their own eBay. So basically, if you go to Hasbro Pulse on eBay, you buy a figure, it comes from Hasbro Pulse. Yes, go ahead, Dean.
Thank you.
All right, Dean's done.
It's very official.
You gotta do 3 seconds.
My biggest question is the Star Speeder. They said they only had 3,000. They sold out almost immediately online. They had some at the cons, but how all of a sudden that they made 3,000, they were sold out now that the parks are getting more of those
that's
items.
the craziest part, right? They had 3,000. They sold them at D23. Then they had an event where they announced that they were going to sell them on their website. Then they had at least 29,000 people waiting to get on their website. Granted, they had other stuff. 29,000 people waited in the queue to get into the little sales thing. They were sold out before probably the first 5,000 people made it in there, sold out. And then all of a sudden now they got stacks of hundreds of them just sitting there.
They can't even
well,
sell
they're
them.
not hundreds. They're huge. They're stacks of 4, stacks of 6.
No. The
well, you can't put hundreds of those in a retail store.
The post
You'll be closed.
The Trader store is big and they got a big warehouse. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of they stacked 3 of them and they go up to like 6 feet or 4 feet tall.
Listen, hold on. The post I saw, the guy said, I counted the ones that were on the floor and there were like 45 on the floor.
Yeah,
and
I saw that post.
And they said there were more in the back. So they had hundreds. Okay.
Yeah,
and
how many? As it's a park exclusive, right?
How many stores in the theme park are selling it? Is it only one store?
Apparently it was just the one, yeah. So that was still part of the 3,000 because the one my brother got, he said he opened it up. The carded figure was number 130.
Yeah, so there'll probably be 500 at Disneyland,
so
500 at Disney World, and then 2,000 for the Disney actual store online and the convention that you're talking
that's what
about.
they did. They saved some for the store.
Well,
yeah, I think that they just don't have a good system to manage their stock, because I think that what they should have done was they should have potentially sold more of them online, right? And just left that open. And at this point, since they have them in the store, they should stick them back up on Disney Plus or Disney Shop Disney and let people buy them direct from there, and then just have the store package and ship them out.
I think it's Disney owns it. Disney owns it, and they own the park. So if they want to sell them 100% exclusively in the park, that's their jam to do.
They don't want to do that. They want to sell them.
They don't want to ship 40-pound crates of things. Like, it's part of business, but I mean,
want to sell products.
They want you to pay $3,000 to go to the park to buy it. That's what they want.
Do you think they did it for the hype? Do you think they did it because they waited? 100%, they waited 100%. For people to buy them online, sell them on eBay. People are selling them for $1,000, $1,500, and get the hype that people actually spent the money, and then wait a little bit, and then like a month later sell them in the park and say, "Here we go."
Yeah. Well, I remember we talked about it when they first came out.
Now.
I'm sure that was calculated too.
We talked about it when it first came out, and Eric trying to get it online, or Dino trying to get it online.
You guys were saying,
and we rumored they're going to show up at the parks.
No, but what you
announced.
Hold on. To be fair, I remember that conversation, and what you said, what you guys agreed on was it made no sense for them not to reproduce it and sell it next year in the park.
Well, I didn't.
Hold on.
That's not what I said.
That's
I
the
said they will for
conversation.
sure be at the park.
You got to go watch the episode again.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with selling that 3,000, because at that point we felt like all 3,000 were sold out.
I felt that.
That was the conversation.
People weren't at that convention buying.
And if anybody remembers it differently, please go back and watch the Toy Team, the previous episode, so that you can reacquaint yourself with the actual conversation that took place. Plus, that'll get that other episode more views, which is fantastic.
And then make a short.
And then make sure to go ahead and watch a few of the other episodes also while you're at it.
Yep. Share them with your friends.
Click on all the links. Click on all the likes.
So I'm more curious. How come when Gary had the floor and he was speaking, not one person spoke over him. But anytime I speak, Rick speaks, anybody else speaks, we all talk over each other. But
the problem is when Gary's not talking, he's just over there on his phone, not paying attention to anything going on. So there's no way for him to have interrupted any one of us.
Right.
I think we all just respect our elders.
Yeah.
Right. My son went to go look at a condo today, and I asked his mom asking all these questions. I'm like, I'm on live right now. Call me later on this. She's like, how big is it? How many bathrooms? How many square feet?
Yeah. So I'm going to show this. This is something that I posted up on Twitter earlier. They sent me an email from Super 7 telling me that the pre-orders are going to end Sunday at 11:59. But the thing is, they sent me a similar email about that Tiamat when that thing was getting ready to end, and all of those figures, and you can still go pre-order those over on Amazon on the Super 7 store on Amazon. So I almost am not buying the Silverhawk still.
When Were you
to
thinking about
me-
buying the Silverhawks?
No, it's just a marketing thing, but it's
Yeah.
like this show that I used to watch is called 30 something, and the guy is in marketing and he's like saying he stayed up late. The story was he stayed up late and he's watching like one of those late night sales shows, whatever they're called, telemarketing shows or whatever, and they're saying there's like these wooden ducks. He's talking about wooden ducks, and Dino will like this because it's about ducks.
I like wooden ducks.
But he's
got one.
He's telling his wife in the morning, like, because this is the epiphany of life or something. He learned a life lesson. He is like saying the ducks, they're saying, get them now. They're going to be gone. There's like 60 seconds left, 30 seconds left. But he knows that's just a marketing scam. So he waits till all the time is over and then calls to order the ducks.
Disney.
And then I'll let you watch
Speeder.
that episode of 30 something to see how it turned out.
I used to love that show.
Donna wants to know who made the Star Speeder. It's made by the Walt Disney Corporation. They have their own toy companies.
It's made by Mattel.
And Bern, you're talking about that Tiamat still being on Amazon?
Yeah.
That's because Amazon hasn't pre-sold all the ones that they ordered from Super 7. That's how that works.
Oh,
Because
it was
Amazon
never
is
gonna-
the seller on Amazon.
No, it's not. Go look at it.
Amazon
It
is the seller
No,
on Amazon.
it's
That's
Super
why it's
7.
called Amazon.
Super 7. Super 7.
Super 7's the brand,
Yeah.
It's Super 7
it's-
store.
the store
The seller
is
is Super 7.
which is the brand. Mattel has a store and
Negative,
Hasbro
Rick.
has a store. and
Please go look at it again.
You've heard it here first.
I'm just telling you, that's why it's not sold out
All right.
on
So
Amazon because it's not actually sold out.
Agree to disagree.
So if you go look at the listing, it's actually sold by Super 7 and maybe managed by Amazon because Super 7 will let
That's
Amazon.
not how
put it in their
Amazon
house.
works, dude.
Yeah. It is exactly how Amazon works. Anyways,
This is the,
Dude, that's literally
The
do
defense
Amazon
rep.
shit several hours a day.
all right. So
exactly.
all right. So it is the hot or not section. These are the toys revealed that you didn't know you needed. So at the end of this segment, you will be out of money because you will have purchased every single figure.
Were
is
there
being
anything
shown
revealed?
on the screen? What? Yeah, there's been plenty of stuff. All McFarlane Batmans. There have been
Yeah,
17
lots of
Batman figures revealed this week, all from McFarlane Toys.
When isn't that?
Shocker.
All right. Anyways, see, there's a
Oh, yeah,
Batman.
yeah.
The superpowers.
Well,
Batman sets
Yeah.
with Bizarro, the
Yeah.
Riddler, Superman. I don't. Why does he have his fist up like that? That's what I want to know.
It's flying. Doesn't he fly that way?
Is that why?
Yeah,
Why
I
is
think
his
so.
cape longer than Bizarro's cape?
Right. I know. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Different tailors.
I'll pick up Bizarro and the Riddler.
Okay.
I will
Anybody
pass
else
on
into
this
these?
whole line.
Never got 1885 figures. That's true. We never.
Well, you're
did.
not a real Batman fan.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, and then apparently this eagle
Hey.
is this Fresh Monkey Fiction or something like that? That's
What is this?
Giant Leap.
oh yeah,
It's-
that's huge.
It's the eagle. It's
B, did
from
you see this?
space.
Guys, Ramen Toys is making this.
1999. Oh, is it Ramen that's doing
Well,
it?
I think he's helping with the production side of things.
Yeah,
okay.
it's an affiliate. It's a
So 3.75 inch scale. It looks pretty fun.
I was going to ask
Yeah,
you what
looks
side.
cool.
Okay. All right. There you
There's
go.
the figures.
are you
Looks like it
kidding
opens
me?
up. Dun, dun, dun.
Dean,
Nope.
that's
Looks
a must.
just like the vintage toy.
That's
Yeah.
the point of it. Yeah, yeah.
How much is this?
I think it's $300. if I'm not mistaken.
$5. I don't know. How
Oh,
much
I
it is.
would get this.
It'll probably be 175 bucks.
I would get this for 175. That is cool,
my
man. I bought
favorite.
this is my grail item to get the vintage one, and
That
this
is your
looks-
grail item.
You were just
I
talking about
think-
that to me the other day, Dean. Yeah.
I think originally they were going to pack in like 1 or 2 figures, but I think they bumped it up to have all of these figures now. It's
yeah, this is
pictures
cool.
make it look really good.
isn't
350,
this is under-
Jonathan
It's a
says.
Kickstarter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter, yes.
Does it have a light up feature or anything?
I
Do we know?
didn't see any mention of lights or sounds. But those can't be super expensive, like dollars.
For what?
To add a couple of LEDs and a beeping sound, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy light up toys with
Oh, no,
sound
they
at the
don't.
dollar store.
No. When they put those lights and sounds in a Hasbro HasLab, it adds another $150 to the
At
HasLab.
least.
You're kidding me, dollar.
This is interesting. I'd have to look at it now. It looks like there's two versions. What's up with the top one and the bottom one with the engines?
The color. Yeah.
Yeah, one's red, one's not.
Yeah,
I'm
but I
not.
wonder
I'm not sure.
what that's all about. I'd have to look at it. That looks pretty cool, though. Mr. B actually just purchased a vintage one recently.
350. Jono says.
Oh, 350. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's a
that looks really cool.
little pricey.
Are you still in for 350?
Nah, I don't think 350 is gonna do it for me.
What
Under
if you
200,
get
I would
both of
definitely-
those
I'd have to look at it, see what it comes with, and how big it is.
and all 7 figures?
What that big?
8.
So
figures.
if it's 3 3/4 figures, I bet it's got to be bigger than the original then, because the original I don't think the figures were that big.
Yeah.
I don't remember the original having any figures associated with it, but
Yeah,
I think it's only
had
6 because the
cheap-
2 are the same. Yeah.
I'm
It
thinking
had
of
cheap style figures.
yeah.
Okay, Blacked Out Ewoks is saying the red one looks like the Mattel version.
As a
Oh,
toy,
is that
I've
what it
never
is?
even seen in person is that Mattel version.
Really?
Never
Wow.
even seen one. That's
You ever
how
been
hard
in-
to find they are.
Yeah, they are. I've never seen. Well, the only time I've seen it is when I was a kid. My one of my best friends, he had it.
Had it? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
that's why.
Shogun Godzillas all the time, and other
Yeah.
Krakens, but this you'd never see, man.
And just a
cool.
shell sells for
It's
a
a
couple
cheap
hundred.
toy too. The old
Yeah.
one was cheap,
What, inexpensive or cheaply made?
cheaply made. Remember the Buck Rogers? You have any of the Buck Rogers ships? Just
Yeah, I know what
flimsy,
you're saying,
thin
yeah.
plastic.
That's cool. I'll have to look into that. Thanks for showing me that. All right, see you guys.
All right. All right. So we also got the Sesame Street Cookie Monster. It comes with not just one, but 2 partially eaten cookies. You know what he doesn't come with, though, is even 1 glass for milk.
No.
No, but bonus points because he's flocked.
Who painted this figure? They messed up on the eyes. The eyes aren't straight. What's going on with that?
Is this flocked, actually?
Is he?
This
Can you
is
tell?
flocked, and it's
Oh, that's pretty
exclusive
cool.
to a company called Box Lunch that I've never heard of.
Oh, okay. Box Lunch is a company that tries to do stuff by. I think they a lot of
Is it
their
Super 7?
stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's
Like subscription stuff.
Yeah, but they try to do stuff like they were at Comic-Con. They have like a truck. They try to do like like donations or helping people and something like that. Something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
I think their stuff is designed. Their business is designed to not only make money but also give back. That's
I can't tell by the texture, but that doesn't look flocked to me. The one on the
Yeah,
right.
it doesn't.
It does.
Well, I think they're both just digital renderings.
Yeah.
the
So
one on the
so-
right looks blocked.
So if you look for this, like the Scooby-Doo Funko, the Box Lunch had a flocked Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
Funko.
Okay.
Like a
And-
variant or something.
Yeah, something like that. So, but if anybody gets one, it's not flocked. They want it flocked. I have a flocking kit.
Yeah, that's how you do your hair in the morning, right?
But it has to be the same color as Vern's hair, though. So
Right.
no blue.
Did I ever tell you guys that I electrocuted myself with that flocking kit?
No,
I'll
On
tell
your
you-
head, doing your hair.
No, I'll
No,
tell the story
that's-
one day.
that's for
It's
another
Hey, Vern,
story.
I'm trying to share the Amazon selling link for.
Oh,
the
well,
TMS.
we're doing the hot or not section right now.
Yeah, but before you
All right, so
people
here
go away
is
thinking
here-
that Vern's right and
quicker,
I'm
Rick.
wrong.
You gotta be quicker.
Shrek.
Trying to
Are you
resolve
guys
the issue.
interested in this like
Oh, man.
DreamWorks Shrek figure that looks like a pass for everybody, right? Nobody's really
Is
that.
this
interested.
McFarlane?
It does
Yeah,
look good,
it's a
though.
12-inch
McFarlane-esque. Yeah.
pre-posed statue.
It looks cool, but I'm not a Shrek collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with
The
that,
dragon looks good though.
it's too big and awkward to be.
Speaking of
opposed.
dragons,
Now this is what scale is this figure? Is this like a 6-inch Shrek?
12 inches,
Well,
so it's not really a scale.
Is
It's just
Is this the
Fits in a
movie
box.
Maniac line?
I don't think officially because it doesn't have a fancy background or anything. It's a new thing. Like it's a new 12-inch boxed pre-posed statue. This and the dragon are the first 2 items.
Okay, and here's the dragon.
I mean, the dragon looks better than Shrek, but
Dragon looks great.
I don't
Yeah,
need
but I
it.
bet they're not
Dragons
scaled
supposed
to each
be,
other,
like,
right?
really small though.
And I think the dragons 49. I think they're like 49 or 59 bucks.
Now these
So
are
if you-
reissues.
So if you buy 5 of these,
Are they
that's
really?
$250. Then you just cut off the foreheads and glue them all onto that one, and then you have a Tiamat for $250.
I do remember them making a dragon, but I didn't know. I don't think it looked like this. The
He
McFarlane
had a
one.
Shrek too. It was smaller. It was a 112 scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
he's got every license that he works on
Very
except
interesting.
for Star Wars and Marvel. Well, now Marvel he does, but Star Wars is. I'm telling you, here's a Left Coast theory. He will be making posed Star Wars statues in the very near future. So he won't be taking over 6-inch figures or vintage collection, but he will for sure get a Star Wars license and make something like this, like statues, like Diamond Select does. I think Gary's got a couple of Diamond Select PVC statues. Guaranteed Todd McFarlane, because he's done so well with his company over the past 5-10 years, that since Disney license is the only one, or Star Wars license is the only one he hasn't done, I think he will get it.
all right. And will we like that? I don't know if I'm going to like that much.
Depends. If he makes cool statues of like wampas and creatures and people in arm, like robots and armor, not human looking people, because I don't know. I'm like, Gary, what's the Star Wars one you got? The Sith girl or Darth Plagueis or someone?
Oh, Darth Plagueis. Yeah, it's sitting over the shelf over there. It's cool. I mean, it's. I don't.
30, 40 bucks.
He's
the only Diamond Select thing I have an Iceman statue that's scaled with my So Toys Gambit and Rogue, which I'm waiting for that Wolverine to join them. So I've gotten rid of the rest of the Diamond Select stuff that I had. I had Doctor Strange, I had Spider-Man, I had a bunch of.
Do you know why aren't you interrupting?
Yeah, because I was waiting for Gary to finish because
all right, and then here is the Todd
thinking the same
McFarlane
thing.
figure. I mean, Connor Kent figure from Teen Titans. This is what Rick points out, that Todd McFarlane figure. Could they have just put the extra heads in the Todd McFarlane box?
And they should have gave Todd McFarlane shoes, because the Todd figure is barefoot.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It is really.
I don't know why. I guess he
think-
walks around barefoot at work. I don't know.
I've seen it a few times. I don't remember it being
He comes
barefoot.
with both feet.
I think he's got
Does he?
sneakers in. Yeah.
But he comes in the box barefoot, because I've actually seen it in person.
I don't think so.
Hold on. Hold on.
Not making this shit up, guys.
I don't know.
Huh.
And there's Dean
Interesting.
now working Dean.
I've had zero medication today.
He's got
Look,
shoes.
shoes.
And then here's his bare feet.
They're
Yeah,
they're
so-
on the side. Okay.
Okay.
So debunked right here. Thanks, Dan.
What? That he comes
There
with
it
bare
is.
feet?
He said he comes with him in the box wearing
All right,
his
so
bare feet.
all right, so here is, they forgot to paint Batman. This is Bat manga for some
This
reason.
is when they invented TV, black and white TV, like when you were around, Vern.
I like.
Yeah, but
I
this
like
is not the
Todd.
correct Batman for a
I
black
know,
and
it's-
white show.
He'll put a platinum label on everything.
Magnet.
There's too many
Yeah,
platinum.
So here's the thing about this run fair, right? This is that SQL thing where you got to sign up for your chance to be able to buy these.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like,
I don't.
it's yeah, I guess it's easy for this one because they just said, hey, send me like 100 of them that aren't painted.
Mhm.
What
Well,
I
it's-
think that they
it's
should
in different colors. It's not.
Yeah, what I think they should do with this guy is they should pack like that little pack of like paints in there, you know,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
like
does
color
sell
by
those
number,
unpainted Warcraft
automated
figures.
color by
or
number.
those like magic markers that you can paint with or
have like
whatever.
an artist edition or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that
cool.
you can
Well, that's a
actually.
good point.
Yeah,
So,
color-
Gary, you're the biggest Bat fan here. If
Hmm.
Todd McFarlane released some of these Batman figures truly unpainted, like all gray, much like those Warhammer kind of figures,
Right. Yeah.
would that be something you would be interested in for painting your own cut? Okay.
No, I don't have a steady enough hand and or the skill to trust myself to not ruin it. So I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't do. I think there might be a collection of people that would, but not me.
Yeah, I
myself.
guess.
What
people,
colors
like
would you paint it
Warhammer
besides the
fits
colors you
'cause
would
they're-
want anyways?
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
I
on,
get it.
Gary.
That's-
Hold out your
that's
hand like
normal
this,
color.
Yeah. See.
And is this your shooting
No.
hand?
Yeah, no, that's I'm a lefty. So, but no, I'm just not, anymore. I used to paint miniatures back in the day when D&D was a thing back in the 80s, and under a magnifying glass and do all that. But that's 30 years ago, 40 years ago. So
I guess that's why he's only done it for that, Warcraft, like miniature type toys, right?
I played.
It's neat though. I think they look good. I would love to. This is kind of unpainted too, but I would love the challenge of trying to paint up a figure.
This Sergeant Rock is interesting to me. This would be the only reason why I think this is kind of the coolest thing that I've seen come out of this. This reminds me of those little plastic army men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That it's cool. I like it.
I'm surprised Toy Story never made like articulated, Fortnite size army
men, right?
Because those would have been brilliant.
They would have been really cool, yeah.
And they have to have a stand on their feet though. Like you can't have one without a green stand.
Yeah, they totally should have did that.
Yeah, this would be cool if it came with a stand that was kind of like a shape like not just a regular circle or anything like that. It has to have
like a piece of land. Yeah,
right.
I don't know if the stand is green or not. They all come with a little circular base, but usually it's black.
It is green. It's the round.
Well, you can see that little DC logo right there. Is like
that's
green.
The logo. That's what the card clamps into that logo, which he's doing away with that.
Not the stand. All right.
But I've actually seen cosplay over the past couple of years of people dressed as Green Army men.
Yeah.
So they're walking around with like this little platform on one foot. It was pretty funny.
I would buy this if I found it in the store. I have the painted version, but I would definitely pick this up if I stumbled across one.
Jonathan wants to fact check you here. Fortnite did actually make 6-inch.
It came with weapons, didn't it, Gary?
Yeah. No, Sergeant Rock did not come with it came with a shovel and a knife.
Oh, really?
I bought one of the McFarlane accessory weapons packs and took one of the M16s out of that and put it in there myself. But yeah,
that's right. He's smart to do that at least. Make it available, right?
Yeah.
But I've never seen it in stores. Is that something you guys have seen in like GameStop
not the green one, but the painted one I found a couple times.
No, I mean like the packs of guns that McFarlane.
Oh no, I had to order it from McFarlane's website. That's how I got mine. Yeah. Matter of fact.
I wonder if there's allowed to sell those in stores. I can't see why they wouldn't be allowed.
I don't know.
Because of the shovel.
I can't see why they would put.
No, I mean the packs of guns.
Yeah.
This is
it's new.
Some sort of more Ninja Turtles.
More
Safubi looking.
These are like the soft vinyl. So they're going to be at Comic-Con, I guess. I don't know. The thing is like with because Mondo typically does the 1/6 scale. What is the scale of this thing? Their soft vinyls. Are they 12 inches?
I don't know.
There's not really a set scale when it comes to Safubis. But they tend to make their stuff big.
With Mondo, they typically stay in that?
Yeah, I think everything's about 12 inches with Mondo, right?
But their vinyls, man, individually are are cost prohibitive, right? Like they're expensive. So how much are 4 of these guys going to cost you?
Yeah. You could be looking at $400, something. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's quality stuff though. Like my buddy's got a couple of the Mondo He-Man figures, like the big 12-inch. And they're literally like action figures. They're not like Hot Toys. So they got, pinned joints and, limited articulation, but they're very well painted and the colors are vibrant. They're well done. But it's a very unique niche market when they go for these huge, expensive soft vinyl bottles. But there is a market for them, I guess.
Yeah. All right, and this is
there you go. Here's an example.
Mondo's Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it's like a giant Marvel Legends kind of figure, really, just with better paint and colors.
But I mean, if this is like if they're because this is obviously their 1/6 scale, so if those He-Man figures are any indication of this, I haven't gotten any of those X-Men ones, right? But like, do any of you have these Mondo 1/6 scale superheroes or anything? Because I'm curious to know about the paint rub and stuff, because that He-Man apparently had some paint rub on it.
Oh, really? Well, they're not toys. They're not meant to be played with. That's what I gotta say about. Same with your Hot Toys. Like if Gary keeps bending a Spider-Man arm over and over and over and over, it's eventually going to deteriorate and fall apart. Like
is he going to rip the outfit first? Gary,
but like the silicone has wear and tear, much like
you have to. Yeah, you can't keep them in the same dynamic pose for a long period of time, and that's really not putting too much stress on anything. The way I have them most of the time, like the stuff behind me, the solos, and they're all in museum poses for the most part because I don't want to, especially with the pleather, that stuff will flake and crack over time.
So basically, they're just Hollywood wax museum figures.
They can be,
super detailed, right? Like these, they don't make 10,000 of these 12-inch Mondo Spider-Man. Like they're limited,
right?
So that's why they're they're a little more costly. They tend to be only sold at like conventions or through their own personal kind of web store, right?
Right.
What is he holding the Green Goblin's head?
I think it's like a mask.
Yeah, it's like his like that's why the handle's on the top so he can hold it from above, and then like he's pulled the mask off or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So $90 or whatever for those Ninja Turtles.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, and then Ramen apparently is going to reissue the Ramen Racer.
This is the Ghost Riders.
Yeah, they're gonna have a Ramen Inferno pack, which is gonna be the ramen with the Inferno. It's like they got the black metal that they were testing, so it looks like that's gonna be like a thing where instead of the chrome, it's gonna be a black kind of chrome, right?
Yeah, the one on the blue background. So everything that was like silver chrome is now this black chrome.
Black, right?
But it's the basic model, right, without the flames, and then there's the new Mad Maxi style.
Yeah, and then you got the Razor, which is the Mad Max style. Yeah.
When are those going back up? Do you know?
Rick?
I think now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I haven't looked. I looked at their website yesterday. I didn't see them, but I know that he had
up for my bread cars.
I know that he had a stream. So let's see.
He has a stream tonight, I think.
Yeah. So no, the Racer is still showing sold out. It's not on their site yet. They just has all of their tank stuff up there. So, and the 18 van. So, yeah,
it'll be soon. Yeah.
So I'm guessing this will go up. What?
Said Danny, you picking this up? He seemed excited about this one.
I regretted not getting it the first time. I should have, and I hesitated. And now that I got that Aces of Aviation.
Yeah, those are good figures.
You know the quality.
What they can do. Yeah,
I've seen at least 10 videos, like reviews of this on YouTube. All of them are positive. Like all of them. I haven't seen anyone say even like, "Oh, my light doesn't," anything. Like, because I see Ace all the time in his Facebook group, like, "Oh, we're resolving the problem of something not working or fitting." But I've never seen anyone complain about those on all their videos. And they're not all shills. Like they weren't all given the car for free. They all bought them, and it looks cool, man. Like
when you see the interior of this car and you compare it to say like the interior of the Vamp or the interior of that Vanguard, like there is a big difference in the time and detail it took on these figures. Like if you look at those Aces of Aviation, did you try to figure out what time is on the watch, Dan? Because I can't.
But you could probably, right?
No, man. I noticed. I mean, it comes off like all of that stuff is.
Yeah. So if you look at the watch face, it's set to a specific time, and there's a date. You need like a jeweler's loop apparently to be able to see it, but it's significant somehow. It's probably the release date for Top Gun, is my guess.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. And you know what else? To your point, Rick, about him, showing those little things that hey, we did this. Like I have to go back to that not the Galactus, but the Sentinel. Like how shady was it that Hasbro just like coincidentally sent, whoever it was, the Floosh or whoever, saying, hey, if you tighten this screw, but Hasbro never ever acknowledged that need.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
But this guy comes out and says, "Oh, we accidentally put a belt up backwards. Here's how you fix it. Sorry, guys, we'll make it better next time."
Yeah, they owned it. Yeah.
But if you go the extreme way, like say Hasbro made 10,000 of those Sentinels, and all of them did that, right? You stood them up, and they all just fell down. What would they have to do? They would literally have to replace all 20,000 of these toys at hundreds of dollars shipping each. Like it would kill a company. Like it would just kill them.
What they had to do is make a correction.
Make a leg.
Make a quality product.
They should have sent everybody a toolkit They should have sent everybody a toolkit and said, here's with instructions on how to tighten the knee. Because I'll tell you what,
Sure.
you know,
If it
you know,
works.
hold on. You know that like with Valaverse, right? Like I don't really talk about them that much. But anyways, on their little Vanguard, on their little turret, the gun does not move up and down. So there's no way for you to pose if somebody is running up to the car, like to have it.
Right.
But they are creating an update to that piece, and it's going to be for free.
They're going to send it to everyone who ordered Vanguard. That's right. That's
cool.
a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty decent, right? Like,
but that's different than replacing both legs on a 24.
Yeah, but they didn't have. Obviously, if it was just tightening a screw right in the leg, send everybody a plastic kit so you can pop off the little cover without scratching it. You know, the one little screwdriver. I mean, how much does that cost to like send everybody a fixed kit? Not everybody will want to take their figure apart or do it, right? Especially people who are leaving it in the box, but you'll have that kit. And then one day,
got to get some, so it doesn't happen in the future, like Giant Man or whatever's next. Get those quality control people on it. Like check every
that's
10.
what they did, right? With the Galactus, they created the ratchet, that little ratchet. So
I'm actually texting Gary right now. Sorry, G4.
I'm not replying.
But I like the paint job on the Razor version. I think that's pretty funky. I'm nice to see him experiment with different things like that, because he's got a couple of years of practice making vehicles and toys before I get my hands on the bread car, right? So I'm really excited for the bread car.
Yeah, that van looks really cool. This actually looks like something that I'm super interested in.
Oh hell yeah, it's cool.
See, these are cool, but these are nothing that I collect, so that's why I don't really talk.
But what he needs to do with this Razor, honestly, right, is how he did that that Inferno head. He needs to include a
Mel Gibson head.
Yeah, but call it the Wasteland head or something like that, right?
I hear you.
Yeah.
But cool. I'm surprised you didn't do like just some weird African American Mohawk head for the van, right? But you can't do that sometimes when the people are alive and can go after you, right?
Yeah.
I get it. But
Death Trooper.
This is a hot toy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, JT wants to know if I want the moon on a stick. Yes.
Please.
I just wish Black Series would make this. This would be such a fun figure. That zombie cap is my favorite Marvel Legends ever made. I want a zombie Star Wars figure now, please.
Who made the somebody on Twitter, when this came out, they took a Death Trooper and then wrapped them with.
Oh, Yak Face did. Jason at Yak Face.
Yeah, there you go. There. That's
quick
pretty
custom.
cool. Yeah. Let's see. I should get the orange one. That's what G-Force. Oh, about the Ramen Racer, I think.
Ramen Racer. Yeah. That's for Ghost
I thought he
Rider.
was talking about the moon, the orange moon.
A moon. Yeah. No. I honestly though, like I think like one little plastic piece that pops the thing out and one screwdriver, they're not that expensive, and they did charge everybody $300. They made millions of dollars on the thing.
Well, they should have just made it right to start with. That's what they should have done.
Yeah. So is this one pre-ordered already, Gary?
No, don't. I mean, my Star Wars stuff is strictly Cad Bane, Mandalorian, Han Solos. I do have a Luke from the Mandalorian on order right now. That should come in next week. But this is not.
So here's my question. So if it like Mandalorian themed, that type of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when this guy gets back to the regular side of the universe and he shows up in the Mandalorian movie, are you going to be like, oh, I should pre-order that?
No. I'm real specialized as far as it looks cool, but it's something I have to have. So
all right,
I got to exercise a lot.
So this guy doesn't exist right now, right? In anything?
Yeah.
Or is he going to be in the new movie?
He was in Ahsoka, right?
I don't remember seeing this thing.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Oh, I must have been sleeping at that time. I think I fell asleep.
Wow.
All right, and then this is kind of interesting to me because NECA came out, or is it NECA that came out with those other ones?
Yeah.
And then this is Spin Master,
Oh,
And I
it's
gotta
not NECA.
say, like, I missed the NECA ones because the NECA rep wasn't showing up at the Targets down here, so
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff wasn't hitting the shelf.
Yeah.
And then the price online was too high, so I never got the other set. Which
I told you
really,
I could have got you
wanted,
one.
Which I
I
really
kept bumping
wanted.
into them too, but I never got one. I didn't
And
like
then-
the
I-
weight.
These
I
are
found
actually
them, and I
6
texted
inch
you and you
though,
said
not
no.
Yeah,
not
that's the best.
7 inch.
That's the best part, Rick, is that
Yeah.
these are actually the scale that I want, and they're cheaper.
How
Mhm.
tall are these?
They're 6 inch, yeah.
But
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
I'm glad
the-
they're doing 6 inch scale with all their video game toys. I think it's a
the
good
problem here is Ellie is probably the size of a Ben Cooper, which is 3 inches because it's half the size of a NECA figure.
Right, Rick?
Teenager size.
6.
They're all
Yeah,
the
that-
same height on their knees.
Anyways, comes with a lot of accessories. It's less than the NECA one for sure, and I think looks pretty good. I'm tempted to. I can't wait to get it so I can see like how it articulates and stuff like that, and see if it
Mhm.
meets up to expectations of being a thing. Because if it, to me, this could be like Spin Master could be like the next really good toy company, maybe.
And these are inexpensive too, I bet, right? Because
Yes.
Spin Master.
Yeah, I think they're 20 or not 2 packs.
It's
20,
50,
but I mean,
so it's $25 a figure, basically.
Yeah.
But 5 weapons for Ellie, 3 for Joel, right? They got the
You said this is
backpack
50.
and the hands. What? 50?
You said it's $50 for the set.
Yes.
So I'm curious, since the TV series they made based on this video game property with Pedro, now
Yeah.
they're doing the season 2, and it's very critically acclaimed. That
Trailer
kind of
just
stuff.
came out last week.
Can you see them making action figures based on the TV series, like the HBO show? As
That's what I
opposed
was going
to
to say. I mean,
the
what would you
Sony
rather
thing?
have? Would you rather
I
have the arcade, the video game version?
I've never
character
played
or
the game,
movie?
but I think it's a great show. So
Yeah.
I'd be more for the Pedro-esque, just
game's
because I'm a
fantastic.
show watcher.
Both of them. Yeah.
I think that because the game to me is going to be is what I'm more interested in. The TV version is cool, but I'm really more interested in the game version.
Yeah.
And he
same
does
here.
look like a video game. It's funny because he does have a likeness to that actor or character in the animation form. Because it is really a guy,
I
and
wonder if
then they
they're ever going to
animated
make
him.
any of the creatures.
Maybe it is
Oh, I'm
like
sure they-
zombie fold, right?
If these sell, they should. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the link to the Amazon where it's now available on Amazon, because originally it was only available through Entertainment Earth, and then all of a sudden the listing went away. But anyways, this is one of the reasons why I really like the game. So this is the art from The Last of Us. I really like the way the characters are. I don't know what's
Sure,
falling
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Oh,
Have
you
you
know what's
seen the
falling
trailer,
off?
Vern, for season 2?
Got
I haven't.
stamped?
My superhero stamps are falling out of my book, but this one I got at Comic-Con. It was signed by Neil Druckmann.
Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Have you ever played the
video
game?
What?
You played the video game?
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
I say I've never played it.
No, me either. I've watched people play it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? You never played The Last of Us?
No.
Okay, you're out of here.
I haven't played a game since
Uh,
Madden
get out
94.
of here.
Madden
day, sir.
94.
I said good day.
I do have PlayStation 5, so I can go and play it, I guess.
Well, you know what's cool is that Jedi Survivor or whatever, the one that was only available for PS5, is now available on PS4.
Yeah.
So they made it compatible with PS4, and I got to tell you, I saw a side-by-side video of the graphics and stuff like that, and I almost think that PS4 version looks better than the PS5 version.
Have they done that before? Gone retroactive on a game like that?
I think so.
That takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I think they made a couple of PS4 games backwards compatible to the PS3
Yeah, they've
after it
done
was
that.
out for a
That's-
while.
That's
Yeah.
good on the game makers doing that, because if
Yeah.
it was up to like Xbox or whoever makes, they wouldn't do it. They don't. They want you to buy the new machine, right?
Yeah,
So
because
when
I
you
don't
get
have a
Microsoft-
PS5, and I've been wanting to play that Jedi Survivor. So now that I can get it on PS4, I think I'm gonna
That's cool.
play it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Sonny.
the only thing, hey Sonny, the only thing I can't play is that
Sonny.
Outlaws, which looks really good. But you can
Yeah,
play
I've
that.
seen some cool clips from Outlaws where they show like Jabba, and
Yeah.
I hear people complain a lot about it, but I mean, they're gonna complain about anything. They're gonna find a reason
It
to
has
complain.
Star
Yeah.
Wars logo in it. They're going to complain.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Those graphics
Oh.
look great though.
You know what I wanted to like say? I forgot that what I wanted to mention because we remember we were talking about the TV and movie news or whatever.
We don't go backwards, Vern. Sorry, we only
Yeah,
go
I did.
forward.
I did want to mention. I did want to mention that I took the thumbnail, the image out because I was like, "Oh, should I have this conversation or not have this conversation?" So I don't know if you guys know, but there's like a new movie that's going to come out next year. It's part of the John Wick universe. Have you guys seen the trailer for this?
Oh, the ballerina thing?
Ballerinas. Yeah.
So here's my question: Are
That must
all
have
of
been made
the
3 years ago.
hold on? Are all of the people who complain about Star Wars wokeness going to come out and complain about that too?
Probably not, because it'll be super violent, and people like super violent stuff.
You know what I mean, though, right? Like, it's not about like the violence or whatever. Everybody's complaining, oh, well, you're changing like the main character, blah blah blah, for this, that, or the other. So I wonder, are we going to get the same group people complaining that
You won't get the same level of Star Wars. People are just
Well,
on a whole different.
So you think that's
I
just?
think it's
So you think
a
that's
well-liked
just
franchise.
people just reserve their complaining about that stuff if it's Star Wars?
Or Disney related.
Other
Okay,
genres
that makes
too,
sense.
but
Okay.
yeah,
Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star. Like now, Agatha's getting all the hate, right? Like it's worse than the Acolyte. Rah rah rah. It's like it's played like what for 41 minutes so far. Like, give it a
What is
rest,
it?
man.
What are they complaining about?
Well, I'm just people are complaining about Agatha already
Oh, I
just
see.
because that's what they do.
I
But
haven't
it
watched
looks
any of
good.
them yet.
But
Yeah.
I was saying, Vern, like it's got that actor who died like in 2020. The black guy who's like the front desk guy. Sorry, I don't remember his name, but he passed away several years ago now, and
Yeah.
he was in the last John Wick movie, which was 2021, and that was released after he passed away. So I wonder. I have to assume that this ballerina movie was filmed like many years ago, just because he's in it. It looks like he's in it several minutes, several scenes in the trailer.
You
And
don't
then
think that they just like said, well, we have good footage of him welcoming people into the hotel,
Yeah.
so we can just kind of like
I don't
we
think they
can
made that movie that long
we can-
ago. Yeah.
we can Grand Moff Tarkin him in there.
What wasn't he in the?
So
Wasn't he in the
it
show?
looks like it's him, and she's in the scene as well.
Right.
And then
But I
he
mean,
makes a cameo at the
yeah,
end.
but I've seen enough like AI to know that doesn't really matter if they're in the screen at the same time. We're all in the screen at the same time.
But I'm a fan of that
It-
franchise. I think they're fun, action-filled movies with
Looks like you and
cool
Dean are in the
actors in it,
same
so-
room, as a matter of fact. This
Right.
you
It
got
looks
the
like it
same
almost
want
worked.
that help.
color, got the
Look at that
same
help.
clutter. Look at this. You like your guys is like
oh wow.
overstock of all of your stuff just kind of flows together.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how Dean's ever going to get another popcorn bucket in there.
I can't even sit in those chairs anymore.
Wait a
Yeah.
couple
Throw
more
him
weeks when
upstairs.
Venom comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dan's very organized, though. I got to tell you, his stuff looks super organized. Everything's
What are you talking about?
hanging
Mine's not
perfectly-
organized.
Hanging perfectly. Look at Gary's all
It's
hanging.
all hot glued
perfectly.
down.
I have
Yeah.
figures like lying
Gary's
down
on
on their side, just like
four
strewn
walls
up
of his
there.
room,
Like
just
right
like-
here, there's like a holster that I don't even know where the figure is. And
Yeah,
then,
but how many of
only
you
stand
will
by
always
one.
have this guy within reach?
Look. if I take this
None.
off my shelf and show you what it is, it's a little plastic tote, and it just has a whole bunch of just stuff
Just
and heads and stuff
miscellaneous.
like that. Right. I couldn't tell you where any of these figures are.
The junk drawer.
You
don't
need
need 'em
a
when you need
like a battery caddy for your
Yeah.
heads.
I need
Hey, Vern,
well, I
share
got-
my post.
He must carry
No.
that around with him though. He
Please,
pulled
sir.
that out.
That's an old conversation. We're
He
done with
did.
that.
It's not an old conversation. You as an Amazon affiliate, you should learn how Amazon works.
We're
Oh,
we're
boy.
done
We're
with
not
that.
talking about
Send you checks
He
every month.
needs to be proven right.
All right.
He-
We're done.
proven,
We're done
it's
with
just-
that conversation.
It should be obvious.
Yeah.
If somebody figures out when that ramen toy is getting back.
Rick, it's more fun when we accuse you of
No,
Wrong
it's not
way.
because it takes away from like my livelihood and my income, and it's
oh
makes
come
no
on.
sense
Nobody
to even-
What are you
nobody
talking
takes
about?
that area.
What?
If
How does
you
that-
buy this Tiamat dragon
From Amazon.
from Amazon,
I won't
sold
be.
by
but go ahead.
Amazon, well,
Not sold by Amazon.
I
though.
want
They're-
you to share it so I can point at words on and stuff.
It's
they're the
from
distribution
Super
house.
7.
Yeah.
It's made by Super 7, but it's sold by Amazon.
It's sold by Super 7 store. It says.
Not
So Super
sold
7 doesn't
by-
get any money
not
from the
sold by
sale.
anyone that is
Super
not
7
Bezos. It's sold by Amazon.
And so Super 7 doesn't make a nickel
That's
off the
audience.
sale.
Anybody
Super
interested?
7's already made their nickels off it because Amazon pays them for
Oh.
product. But anyways,
That's our show,
how,
folks.
as an Amazon affiliate, you make money off Amazon, sold by
What?
Amazon product.
Shh, Rick. Shh, shh.
Right?
So it's not a secret.
That's a secret, man.
It's not a secret. So every day people buy Batmans and Star Wars and Marvel Legends on Amazon. They
All
don't
from
buy
Rick's
from Piggy's Toyville in Oklahoma. They buy them from Amazon. Amazon is selling them, but Hasbro made them, and they're from the Hasbro toy store page on Amazon because that's how the brands are separated on Amazon because you can search by brands. Did you know that?
Did you guys watching this Tulsa King? I got to tell you, the one thing that bothers me is every time Stallone is in a suit and he steps out of a car or walks out of a door, he does this thing where he's fixing the, and I'm like,
because they're all too small. His jackets are all too small for him.
Yeah, but I get this, like, it's like he wears like the suit like all the time, so it's like he should. It's like he's completely uncomfortable in the suit he's wearing. Is what I'm getting. Like, at this point he should be. He
does the. I call it the Picard. Remember in the Next Generation, whenever Picard would stand up, he'd always always run away. Yeah, it's the same move. Yeah, yep, that's it.
All right, but Tulsa King's pretty good. Yeah, Frank Grillo's in this season.
Oh, cool.
Was he?
Yeah, he's in season 2. He's apparently another mob guy who's supposedly that's his area. So the two
got a little history with
yeah, they're gonna go head.
That's good.
I saw they were bringing him back for Purge for the 6.
There's 6 Purges now?
Yeah, I thought the Forever Purge was going to be the last one, but I just read. I mean, the article's been out for I guess the script is done, so the article.
Oh, I heard the next Purge is what it is like. So in the next Purge movie, it's like they've changed the rule that anytime somebody wins a lottery, you have 24 hours to purge them.
To go murder them.
That's the Amazon movie with.
When does that come out? November 5th?
John Cena.
You're right.
Yeah.
What was that? Was a funny movie, man. What was the one with the? I'm gonna forget her name.
Like
Mark Wahlberg. It was Mark Wahlberg.
Same person.
Oh, the recent one where the girl, it's like
a John Cena
movie. Yeah.
Peacemaker. John Cena.
It's not
the
Cena.
Mark Wahlberg one was.
So literally, I got a text from a buddy last Friday. Like, he's like, "Hey, man, guess what I just saw at the liquor store? John frickin' Cena."
Booze.
So John Cena lives about 10 minutes away from me, and he's married a local girl. So Peacemaker lives in Port Moody, baby.
All right.
Yeah, but he's from closer to me.
But was I right too?
About Peacemaker living in Port Moody?
No, you said what did he see at the liquor store, and I said booze.
You can't see him.
You can't see the booze at the liquor store?
You can't see John Cena. That's his thing.
Yeah, you can't see him.
That's his. Yeah, that's his.
That's a wrestling thing. Can't see me.
Thugster of thugonomics. You can't see him.
They made a clear figure of him because you can't see him, right?
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Aquafina, that's the actress in that movie. Dan.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
It was fun, wasn't it?
That was. I had. Yeah.
It's because he's funny and she's funny. Like you put comedic people together.
You put two.
You're gonna have a funny movie.
Oh, did you watch the outtakes? There's like
during the credit. During the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that was just ad lib, and they're just improvising, and they were just like back and forth, and I don't know how they didn't crack each other up because I was.
Oh, I'm sure many hours were wasted from them cracking jokes while they're filming, right?
Yeah,
similar to Peacemaker, they show a lot of those outtakes at the end where he calls those kids all those bad names in school. Then you see the outtakes. He has 20 other bad names that he called all the people that they couldn't air because they were that bad.
Right.
The other movie I want to see a sequel to is that Beef one. I think Beef was a series or was it a movie?
It's a movie. They're going to make a second one. Oh, wait.
That was brilliant.
Was it a movie or was it a series? Can't remember now. That was good.
It was good.
It teaches you a lesson about like driving around on the road and not flipping somebody off like just because they cut you off,
Oh, what do you call that? Road rage?
because you never know what could happen.
So
Right.
I highly
story I
recommend
saw
that you don't do
today,
that.
a local news story today is there was a murder over the past couple of days in the Lower Mainland, and it was a guy who was featured on the news 2 weeks ago for being in a road rage incident, and they were looking for him. So it looks like the people he road raged against found him and took him out, so to speak.
And another
Crazy,
TV movie
man.
news, the people that found him wore funny jackets with the name "The Sons of Anarchy" on the back.
It's silly, man,
That's
because
good.
he's on the news and
That's
everything.
for the action figure toy news. Gee whiz. Thanks for bringing us down, Rick.
The murder news. I mean, movie news. You didn't know you
gained
needed.
30 more
yeah.
viewers because of that.
The news report. Where
Rick,
did
I
you read-
enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty entertaining.
all right. And no, not one person before we leave mentioned that there's 2 polo shirts, 2 Star Wars shirts, and only 1 Raiders of the Lost Ark shirt.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool shirt, Rick.
Hey,
Thank you very
Gary,
much.
hey,
Dan.
Yeah,
Thanks
where'd you get that?
You can get that in my T Public store.
Nice.
You guys know I make T-shirts, right? And have for like
No.
35 years.
No, do
Nope,
tell.
because you've never mentioned it.
How's
are
the
they on
quality?
Amazon?
You
Rick has
never
been
wear
working-
them. Good friends
Rick-
will be wearing a Left Coast shirt every Saturday at noon.
Yeah.
Where
Rick
is
has
it?
been working on artwork depicting the hosts of the Toy Duo team in some type of action figure artwork, but he is not revealing any of the work that's been done yet because no work has been done yet.
Yeah.
Well, only Super John has given me a request. The green alien chick from Flash Gordon. So
Well, the interesting thing is none of you ever gave me any feedback either about what character you wanted your heads to be on. So that's why Dino's on the Flintstones.
Did you draw those, Vern?
I
sure
did.
I don't
Yeah.
even know who
Cool.
that guy is you call me. That looks nothing like me. Looks
guy we call
nothing
you.
like me.
Doesn't. Oh yeah, he needs glasses now.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is the part of the show where I normally say, Eric, are you going to post your first video? But he's not here. So Gary, what do you got coming up this week on your channel?
This week I'll have reviews up for the Brown Suit Wolverine from Hono Studios or Hot Toys. I'll have a review up for the Homelander figure from So Toys from the Boys. And then weekly, I'm actually editing a Toy Hunt video. I'll finish it after we get off the stream here, but my weekly Toy Hunt's every Saturday. So
He was editing it while we were on the show.
Yeah. Multitasking.
it's not. But,
Rick, you got anything coming up on your YouTube this week?
on my YouTube, yeah, I'm gonna make a 1 hour long all things Black Series Hammerhead video. So he might be
Nice.
just standing there like this.
that's a
I might
special
turn him
right
a
there.
little bit. I might move him a little bit like this.
Wow.
Maybe I'll cook some KFC crab dinner in the background. But yeah, I'll make a video on Hammer because he's awesome. And I got a new pin dropping on Monday. Chicken
Nice.
Walker.
I haven't seen a new
Collect
pin in a
them
while.
all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a Chicken Walker.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Oh,
Officially,
cool. All right.
official Chicken Walker.
All right.
Does it have
Dean,
a
what do you got
KFC on the bucket top?
He
No,
said he's
but-
going to make some KFC.
I'm
So
not.
he's
KFC
code
is
for
trademarked.
something.
I can't use the term KFC. Chicken
code.
Walker.
It's funny
not-
too. My son was a big fan of KFC when he was younger. Still is now, but when he was younger, and he was asking my wife, he's like, "Can we stop at and she's like, "What's?"
He's saying it.
That's what he thought
enunciating
it
Yeah.
was spelled.
That's
You know,
mean.
That's
All
funny.
right.
And
So,
I played the guinea pig. I bought the new KFC flavored craft dinner. It tastes
it's
different
TV dinner. Okay.
than regular craft dinner. So don't waste your dollar.
Fair
TV
enough.
dinner you got?
Oh, it's the same. The
Yeah.
same. Okay. Dino, what do you
It
got
doesn't
coming
taste
up on
any
your
different.
YouTube this week?
A few things. I'm not really sure what I have chosen. I'll be doing a video probably on how I created this.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Did you
That's cool.
document it?
And check out my latest amazing toy hunt of Wicked Toys.
I saw
All
it.
right.
It was good, man. It's like there's so much
Thank you.
product that you were able to make a video out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary rocks. I mean, Dan, do you have anything coming up for your YouTube or anything?
No, I do not.
All right. And I would probably put out the same type of stuff that I just crank out regularly.
What's that, your Ollie's toy hunts?
Yeah, like no, I don't. We don't have Ollie's here. I'll probably go to Ross again and see what's going on. But I probably have a figure that I could do like a review of or something like that.
I saw people finding Jackson, the rabbit at Ollie's, the retro 2-pack with Zuckus and Forlom for $3.99.
That's at Ross
or Ross. What's all?
Oh, what, the 3 3/4?
I don't have
at
it.
Ross. The other figures, you're correct, are at Ollie's.
And what was the other? The 2-pack of Black Series carbonized TIE Fighter Pilot and Royal Guard.
Yeah,
but they're like $30 or something.
Oh, that's like Ollie's. That one's at Ollie's. The other 2-pack is like $3.99 at Ross. Yeah, I think that pricing was wrong. They probably meant to do like $7, but they just realized they just said, "Oh, this is a retro," so they made it $3.99.
You can still get them on Amazon.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So thanks, Gary, for coming on with us this week.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks to everybody in the chat for showing up and hanging out with us and having a little bit of discussion. Rick was right. It is sold by Amazon on Amazon, by the way. That's why I wouldn't throw the image up there, because I never admit when I am wrong. Anyways, everybody, we really appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us for a couple of hours on Saturday and just talking toys and other stuff, and that really depressing news that Rick shared at the end. But anyways, we really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you next time on the Toy Duo team.
Take care.
I feel the need for
Toys.